Bears. A little Bulls, a little Olympics. No reason to talk baseball. That and more on the Chicago Clubhouse podcast coming up next. Hey, producer, hit it!
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
These summer league games and they tell you about these new up and coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso, both when they are on the court, are like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where we think we know everything, but we don't really know shit. Today we will have a special guest with us, but we will introduce him later. We're going to be talking Bears, talk a little Bulls, talk a little Olympics. You know, the Olympics has started. So far, the U.S. have quite a few medals. Not as many gold as we would thought right about now. There are actually a couple countries that actually have more gold than we do. But it's okay. We know we'll catch up. We always do our thing when it comes down to the Olympics, so that's nothing unusual. But anyway, I'm back. My man Grogu's back. Unfortunately, T-Nick won't be with us tonight. So, guys gonna have to deal with my little boring ass. It's okay. So, anyway, to start it out, let's see. News of the day. Unfortunately, Hall of Fame game. No starters will be playing. Womp, womp, womp. Matt Eberflus came out today and said that there will be no starters. So we're going to have to wait to see Caleb Williams throw his first pass in the NFL. We're going to have to wait another week. He won't do it during the Hall of Fame game, which is not uncommon. Damn, Grogu, you got nets and shit on you. It's not uncommon because for the simple fact that I believe they said the last starting quarterback to actually do that was Derek Carr, and I think the last rookie to actually play during the Hall of Fame game was Lamar Jackson. So it's not uncommon that happens. I think the Bears will still have, even after that, 3 preseason games left to play. So it's fine with me. I heard the offensive line still needs some work being done. I heard they're still working out the kinks. I heard Nate Davis is up to Nate Davis type of shit, which is funny. Want to hear you guys' thoughts and comments on the whole Nate Davis fiasco. This talk. Will the Bears cut him? Will they just cut ties with him, eat that money? He pulled this shit last season. He's pulling this hurt card again in the preseason. No continuity. We all know that the offensive line is key. The continuity on the offensive line is key for the quarterback. And for this season, we got the quarterback the weapons. We need the line to step up. Hasn't been looking too good so far in camp. They've gone ahead 9 days of camp. Hasn't been looking good. So let's hope they get that shit right. So beyond that, that's my little talk. let's go ahead and bring in the dream team. Unfortunately, only the producer knows. JB's always somewhat late. I don't know if he's back there or not. Well,
Just throws me out again. Don't need an introduction for me.
Yeah, no,
don't need an introduction for me. Well, yeah, no JB yet.
Tank, but y'all know him as the Tank, Frank the Tank. He's in there. No JB yet.
Yeah, no JB yet. Yeah, he'll be here though. He said he'll be here, so it'll just be you and me for the time being. Right, it's all good with that.
Yeah.
How you been, man?
I've been good. How about yourself?
Been better. Card took a shit on me. I got that, railing up the prices on it right now to try to get that fixed.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, man, hot day today, like a sweltering hot day today. But
yeah, summer's been kind of crazy, man. I'm just looking forward.
Yeah, make up your fucking mind. Like, that's like, come on. But other than that, hey, happy for bear season to come, and the fact that we had this great news that popped up for all of us that I'm sure we'll break down in a little bit, but that great news, literally like a half hour before our show started, that we got it. So don't spoil it, Jeremy. Don't spoil it, Jeremy.
Oh, he can't help himself.
Our comments, we know will spoil it, but
yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's great news. So, what do you think? What do you think about so far? What you've been hearing out of camp, and how you feel about what you've been hearing out of camp so far? Well, let's take a stab at the Nate Davis thing so far. What are your feelings on that?
I mean, I would just cut his ass, man. This is pathetic. It's absolutely. There is no way that you can sit here and tell me that he is good for the locker room right now, too, with all this shit that's going on, with him not even practicing, with him not even being around. It'd be nice. Mom of the podcast, be nice when we get our guest on here, we could break it down with him a little bit more because he's there, actually sees it, which would be great to talk to. But other than that, man, I'm at last year though. Wasn't it a death of his mother or something like that? That kind of, or like a relative.
I know it was a death in the family. I didn't know exactly.
Yeah, it was a close relative. I remember.
It was a close relative that caused him to miss a good portion of the preseason last year, which was unfortunate situation. Anytime that death is involved is always unfortunate. We're assholes, but we're not fucking assholes on this podcast. So that's always an unfortunate situation. But what's the sad part about it is that this is his MO. This is what we heard about in Tennessee. Yeah. This is one reason why, Tennessee wasn't quick to, re-sign him themselves, because of situations and things like this is what he's known to do. So
absolutely,
I'm not surprised. So it's sort of like the boy that cries wolf. This is nothing unparalleled. It's nothing that he doesn't do, And Matt Eberflus, a lot of people had been early on in the season and last season. Early on this year and last season, were definitely, coming at Eberflus and wondering what type of coach he was, even questioning his coaching ability about as far as him holding players accountable and things of that nature. And he held his foot to the fucking fire.
He sure did.
And he told his ass, hey, availability is the best ability. So your ass pulling this shit, we about to show you what's going to happen. And right now, he's letting his ass know what's happening. So I think they moved Brian Bates, who was getting reps with the first team. Now he's the starting right guard right now. And
I believe that's what it is right now. Yeah. He's still rotating with centers and everything too.
Yeah, and Shelton is going. He's starting at the center position right now. And if I'm not mistaken, our left tackle with Braxton Jones is still out. And I've been hearing bad news about his replacement right now. What's his name? I forgot his name. What's his name? Why is it escaping me?
It's a crazy name. We'll just call him Yale. He went
no, not him. No, it's a veteran guy.
Are you talking about Jenkins?
No, not Jenkins. The guy that's subbing in for Bryson Jones right now. He's been over there. He's been.
Let us know in the comments, guys.
Yeah, he's been over there.
Larry Borum.
Yeah,
Larry Borum.
Oh, thank you, Borum.
Yeah.
It's like a drive and go person just popped up on our screen.
Yeah. So Larry Borum, So Larry Borum has been taking over, and they've been running through his ass from what I've been hearing and from all the reporters and reports from camp. So, but without further ado, he finally brought his ass here. The man that has all the stats from the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. Our boy, JB.
Fellas,
there he is.
Oh, how nice of you to join us.
Gotta work, man.
Yeah, fuck work. It's overrated.
It's overrated?
Yeah.
Overrated. Yeah, right.
Feel you, fellas. What's going on, though, brothers? Haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. What's new? Man, we gotta talk offline, brother. It's been a hell of a last couple of weeks, man.
Yeah. So right now we basically been talking about what's been going on as far as with Nate Davis, and the reports from camp is that
I mean, listen, we talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice.
And he ain't wrong. This isn't even practice. This is walkthroughs. I kind of feel like you're not even wearing pads. You wear pads in practice.
It's training camp, but here's the question: does Nate Davis even want to play football anymore, or he just don't want to play football here? Like, which one is it?
That's a great question. But I mean, he did it in Tennessee too, so I can't really say that's here.
Yeah.
He might just not want to play football anymore.
It sounds.
But just looking at the comments in the back. Yes, Jeremy, that is true that Montez Sweat got removed from practice.
I find that funny.
Hitting Caleb too much.
Don't want my quarterback getting hit, but I find it funny.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'm on an island here, but I kind of want that because I want him to get used to avoiding and counteracting that pressure. And we got one of the better D ends that's pressuring us, so he can feel like what it's like when he goes against those heavy hitters. Because I'm telling you right now, when Houston get here and it's Hunter and Will Anderson, man.
Yeah, they don't mind that. They just don't want him to hit the fucking arm, and that's what he did. He hit the arm. So,
but I mean, the thing is, Montez is going. He's going full speed, and he is looking in mid-season form. They
don't want.
I don't want him getting hit. I don't want Caleb getting hit, but Montez.
I want the arm. I don't want him to get hurt in fucking preseason.
Montez is looking to wreck shit this year.
But see, here's the thing: are we talking about like a real hit, or are we talking about stop peeing on yourself, little boy?
No, he swiped at the arm when he's throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't want that. No,
we don't want that.
We don't want that.
I want that.
But a little hit or two, I'm not mad at, because what I just read was, although some pundits think that Caleb should play in the Hall of Fame game and get that extra work, none of the starters are playing Thursday, which I know none of us expected. But still, how much do we really expect to see him in the preseason? I don't expect to see him, but maybe a couple of series.
Well,
really?
I mean, if you're asking me if I want to see him in the preseason, I want to see him in the preseason.
That's how it used to be.
I know.
Quarterbacks used to play the preseason, but now, he doesn't play the preseason. Week 1 or 2 is like the preseason, and then he gets hit week 2, and now he's sore the rest of the year because he ain't used to getting hit.
That's true. And that's very true right there, Jeremy. Well, not to cut you off, JB, but we actually have a guest in the house. Matter of fact, Frank, you wanna go ahead and bring him in, or shall I do it?
No, you go ahead. You got it. Let her
rip. So we have a special guest in the house. He is a writer. He's not a Chicago Bears writer, but he has done writing on the Chicago Bears since '98. He does write for Lake Forest. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It starts with a D, but his first name is Dan. And he's a man.
Dan the man.
We're going to bring him on in.
Dan the man.
Dan the man.
How you doing,
How you
Dan?
doing?
Okay. You can go with Dorfman as my last name.
I know I saw it for a brief second. I was like, I don't want to butcher it, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead call you Dan the man.
All right.
How you been, Dan? How you doing?
I'm okay. It was up in practice today. I'll be honest with you. It's nice to be in air conditioning right now. So that was a hot couple of hours.
Yeah,
It was
it was a
so
little
close
humid
right now.
today. So you've
Was
been out there the last couple days, right?
No, just today.
Oh, just today. Okay. So,
Yeah.
what were your thoughts on what you saw today?
Okay, yeah, and I wasn't watching every minute. That's not what my assignment was, but I did watch some of it. I liked what I saw. There was Williams had a really nice pass to a Dunze where he split the defenders in the kind of the left corner of the end zone. I thought that was really nice. I thought there was one time he rolled left and found I think the guy's name is Steven Carlson for about a 30-yard pass. That was impressive. And then fairly early on one-on-ones, he had a long pass to DJ Moore, who, as we know, just signed the long-term contract extension. Those are kind of the plays that stuck out to me today. I mean, as Allen Iverson said, it was practice.
Right.
So you don't want to make too much out of it. But Jaquan Brisker had a pick at one point today. So those were the most impressive things that I saw today. Again, I refuse to get too worked up over any practice. But those were probably the highlights of about a practice that went the best part of 2 hours.
Okay. Also, they practice out there in that high humid weather. Because I know, like, from listening from other reporters and podcasts that I've been listening throughout these mini camps so far, these mini camp practices. I know some of them have been going like an hour 15, some of them an hour and a half. So they really haven't been having too many 2-hour practices.
Yeah, I don't absolutely. I know we were told to start getting over to around 9:30, and they wrapped up about 11:45. But there was a lot of stretching in there, so I don't want to absolutely say it was, but it seemed like maybe because it was so hot, but it certainly seemed like they were out there for the best part of 2 hours today.
Okay. Yeah. So we got another one of our other guys as part of the Chicago Clubhouse Network. You know what I'm saying? He's our guy from the ATL. He's originally a Chicago guy, but he does stay out there in the ATL. We call him Mr. Chicago. We're going to go ahead and bring him in because he has plenty of questions to ask as well. How you doing, Mr. Chicago?
What's good, fellas? Chicago against the world, man. What's going on?
You know it. You know it, brother. You got any questions from Mr. Dorfman?
Yes, sir. Good to have you on, Dan.
Thank you.
Appreciate the work that you're doing. My question to you and to most of the Chicago media reporters and beat writers that's out there, who in particular are you guys hearing about that stands out in a negative way, right? So obviously we've been recently hearing about Nate Davis' situation and coach calling him out, lack of toughness, things like that. Who are some of the other players that you pretty much been hearing about? If it hasn't been just him, but if it's been mostly like specifically him, who else have you been hearing about that's been kind of like we kind of uncertain whether or not he'll make the roster come 53-man time?
Yeah, I hate to do this, but you got the wrong guy on that one. I'm not out there every day, so I don't want to feed you anything wrong here. I don't, I'm not. That's not my gig. That's not my beat. So sorry, I can't answer that one. I don't want to bullshit you. So
okay, I understand that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. I just want to be honest. There's no sense in spewing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll rephrase that question by saying from your vantage point, even today, from what you did see, right? So, were there any particular players that stood out to you, negative, positive, indifferent, whatever the case may be?
Yeah, I thought Aduze really looked good on some passes today. I mean, there was one where I think he found one in the back of the end zone. That was one that he was the one who kind of impressed me today. That's what I saw that I was really impressed with. He's the one guy who stuck out to me today.
Okay. So I got
Dan,
a question for you.
Oh,
Go ahead, Frank. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what is like your take? Like, when you said you were there today and everything, like, is there whispers going around on what is going on with Nate Davis? Why does this keep happening, and why does this seem like it's kind of his memo? Like, this is what he does now.
Yeah, no. Again, I haven't really heard anything, so I wish I could give you an answer, but I don't.
Been quiet there about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I wish I could help you more on that one.
No, that's fine. I figured it just got pretty much announced, so probably not too much crazy going on yet, but
yeah. So have you followed Caleb Williams since his time at USC?
Sure, yeah, and and I'm excited. The word I've been using all along is intrigued. This is the word. This entire offense. I was talking with my cousin a few weeks ago. He was using the word excited. I'm not. It's not that I'm not. It's just intrigued, I think, is the better word here. This could be the most, exciting. I'll give you the offense, but we got to see it. It's got to, let's see what they can do on the field. And obviously, this is the most exciting draft choice they've had in a long time. He does things that we probably haven't seen the Bears quarterback in a long, long time. But, we got to see it. We got to see it. And, and I know this is a catastrophic thought, but think about how Jets fans were feeling 1 year ago right now. And look what happened with Aaron Rodgers. Again, that's the worst possible thing. But, as we were talking about the show, where you still have to use a franchise where, you're still kind of looking for a replacement for Sid Luckman in one sense, who retired after 1950. You got to be careful about getting too excited about a Bears quarterback here. Yeah. So that's, intrigued. I think, everything, what I was just talking about Duze, DJ Moore was terrific last year. I'm glad he got the extension. They've got weapons, all that should be terrific. But we got to see it. It's just we got to see it. I mean, we're switching sports here, but there are a few years ago, as White Sox fans, everybody was so excited when they got all these young guys after that rebuild, and I was thinking about that today with the Eloy trade. Look how that turned out to be 2 playoff wins. Yeah. So that's all it got you. So let's just see what they can do on the field. I mean, on paper this could be very, very good, but you don't win games on paper.
Yeah, you know what, Dan? I do appreciate that. I appreciate that sentiment because intrigue is a very safe word to use in spaces like this, right? We do oftentimes get too excited with the glitz and glamour of like a little glimpse or a little hint of some sort of super talented situation happening. But when the talent position from a quarterback standpoint has been in fucking short supply here in Chicago, it's hard to maintain or even refrain from getting too frantic about what we have seen or what we have been heard about with Caleb or anybody for that matter. Because listen, these guys give me a lot of crap about the measuring stick that I always bring up with this organization is Sid Luckman was playing with some Dockers and some polo shirts and getting off work playing football. So the fact that that's our measuring stick, we've been fucked 6 ways to Sunday because we haven't had any luck or success when it came to drafting, let alone picking and free agency a relatively a talented quarterback that we can actually put our trust and confidence in. So again, I see where the excitement part comes in with most of our fans, but we do have to pump our brakes. But I understand it is warranted because we have been yearning and fucking just frantic for a quarterback that we can call our own for the longest damn time. And we haven't done that. We've gotten every other position right in some cases we have never gotten this position. This one position has been plaguing and just downright keeping our damn franchise down for the longest period of time.
Right.
Even during the Super Bowl.
You've seen a lot of guys who have shown flashes, and tantalizing, but just could never do it on a consistent basis. And that's why I'm cautious in my excitement, or that's why again.
Listen, I'm with you on that too. I'm not going to sit up here and be super excited. I'm just going to wait to see things play out because, to your point, everything looks good on paper. This is on paper. This is probably the best damn offense I've seen from this damn team since we had Martellus Bennett, Matt Forte, Alshon Jeffrey, and Brandon Marshall. But then we couldn't do nothing with that. We had all that talent and went no fucking where fast with that. So we
can't say we didn't go nowhere. We did go to an NFC Championship game. That's not nowhere, but we didn't.
That was not with that offense, though. Not with all those players. We had a couple of those players. We didn't have all those players because that was back with Mark Trestman was a damn coach, and we did nothing with that. We went nowhere with that, and Cutler was a damn quarterback, and he kept throwing more goddamn passes to the other damn team than he was to us. So we went nowhere fast with a lot of talent. And some of these guys had career years with us, but again, it was wasted, so we didn't do shit with it. So I'm hoping that that's not the case here with the Keenan Allens and the DJ Moores and Roma Doomsdays of the world, and even with DeAndre Swift. Swift. I mean, so having these talented players on this offense, it's time for us to start seeing this goddamn team being led by the offense, and more games than not. The defense can't keep being the damn leader all the time. This offense has to start putting up points and helping us propel us to enough games to win, so that we can possibly make a goddamn playoff berth for the first time in fucking 8 years. Like
playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
I gotta ask you, just your personal opinion on this. Is, as a Bears fan, is it too much or is it too unrealistic to expect this team with all this talent to make a playoff? Not win a playoff game, not win a Super Bowl, but just simply make the damn playoffs.
Oh no, I think they can easily. Again, if all of this on paper into reality, into what we see on the field, I think this club can go 11-6. I mean, 10-7, 11-6. That's what I see. Now, they've got some, Minnesota probably won't be all that great this year with their QB situation, but, Detroit and Green Bay should be very good. Now, granted, it's only 4 games out of 17, but they should, this should be a pretty decent team. I mean, again, if all of this works out, I'm going with 11-6 this year. And that should get you into the playoffs.
We got somebody on the panel that don't quite believe in us.
Yeah, and we can see him right there. Yeah.
I don't understand for the life of me. JB has such high expectations for this team, but then say that expecting them to make the playoffs is unrealistic. I don't understand.
Well said by David right there. CJ Stroud set the bar right now for rookie quarterback.
And that is the mistake
from him.
It's true though, but it's true.
But no, and that's why I say you got to dig a little deeper. Like Mama Odie said, you got to dig a little deeper, because part of the problem is when you look at CJ Stroud playing in a pro-style offense under Ryan Day for 3 years, that translates a little bit easier in the NFL than playing under a 1 or 2 read shotgun where you're literally looking at the sideline, throwing up numbers in the offense. Totally different. Caleb has to have time to mature. If you put playoff aspirations on the Bears as a whole, I'm fine with it. But I doubt Caleb throws for 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns.
But JB, are you just strictly going off this 1 year with USC? Because, I mean, he played a similar pro-style offense in Oklahoma. So
no, he didn't. He played the exact same offense. He got the exact same coach.
Right. Yeah, it was the
exact
same.
It was the same coach. Yeah, but I'm saying, but you saw more production from Oklahoma's offense and them actually doing more than what USC had to do.
He took no. Remember, he took over for Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
At Oklahoma halfway through the season, or game 6 or 7, something like that. He had the really, really great season 11-2 season where he couldn't beat Utah at USC where he won the Heisman. But we all know Pac-12 ain't nothing but high school plus when it comes to defenses.
Right.
They got one or two good defensive studs. So while we looking at the great numbers and what he's done, we also have to take in consideration the style of play, the air raid offense that we know Cliff Kingsbury likes to run. It doesn't always normally amount to much, you know what I'm saying? But then we got to look at what Lincoln Riley also has done when he had to face adversity that second season. Didn't go the way we actually wanted it to. That's why I'm saying the team on paper
the team good around him. We're not asking him to do everything that he did.
You're not. But there's people in the national media that's literally saying, oh, the Bears are about to be 11-5 or 12. No, I'm sorry. What I heard 12-5. No, I heard 11-5 by you, Dan. I heard 12-4 earlier in the week. And I had one person that literally said 13-4, and I wanted to like throw my phone out the window.
I'm not going that far. I'm saying 10. 10 damn.
But even I'm somewhere between 7 and 10. I'm somewhere between there. But my point being is this: in order for the Bears to literally make the playoffs and win 12 or 13 games, did Detroit and Green Bay suddenly just fall off a cliff?
Well, I'm JB. I'm be honest with you. I'm not worried about Detroit. They're not a worry or threat to me. They're not.
No,
Them
I
can't say green bastards is all I care about beating.
This
I
ain't
don't care
our
about beating nobody else
bro.
in this division except them.
Them
garbage bag company fucks, we got to beat them. I don't care about nobody else. We better beat them.
Can we please put up the schedule, producer?
Let's do this right now. Hey, Crooked, do me a favor. Put up the schedule. I want to get Dan's take on it, game by game.
Absolutely.
Let's see what he's got on it.
Right.
Yeah, I got 10 wins for him as well, but I also got those 10 wins because I see it as a pretty weak schedule. It was the second weakest schedule in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe third.
I think it's third. Yeah, I think we're third. The third weakest schedule.
All right, Dan. So what do you got as week one against the Titans? Win or loss?
I'll say they win that one.
Okay. Week two, we had I know we had Houston on that one. So win or loss?
Too, so.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have trouble that one.
Okay, so you got us at 1-1.
One, right.
Okay, week three, Indianapolis.
I'll go with the win on that one.
Okay, so you got us at 2-1.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't the Colts just lose a big player too? Didn't somebody just tear like an ACL or an Achilles?
I didn't hear that. I know Anthony Richardson is coming back.
I thought I heard someone.
Yeah, Richardson is back.
Richardson is back, and they say he's looking pretty sharp. He actually saying he's looking pretty damn good, actually.
Keep going with the schedule. I'm gonna look that up because I thought I saw that.
So right now going into week 4, you got us 2-1. Week 4, we're at the Rams.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna be tricky. I'll go 2-2. I don't think they're gonna win that one.
All right, so I already take it. Week 5, you already got us winning that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we 3-2. All right, week 6. That's in London. Okay, so what you got us there against the Jaguars?
I'll say they win that one. Hopefully Eberflus prepares better for that London trip that Matt Nagy did in 2019. Remember, they didn't leave in time, and they had jet lag.
There's no way we supposed to lost that fucking game.
Josh Jacobs, and he's in our conference now.
So right now, going into the bye week, you have us at 4-2. All right, so we at week 8, Washington.
Yeah, they got to win. Yeah.
All right, so we're 5-2. Week 9, San Francisco.
That's a loss.
All right, so we 5-3. Week 10, Patriots.
I'll go with the win on that one.
Okay, so now we 6-3. Week 11, the Packers.
We beat these motherfuckers. I don't give a damn what nobody says.
This one is at home.
Yeah, I'm always. Is that Akron? Is that here or at Akron?
That's
a home. That's the first home game.
Okay,
exactly. We're gonna win that fucking game.
All right, I'll say they. Yeah, I'll say they can win in Soldier Field. Yeah.
Okay, so we 7-3 now. I think. Yeah, 7-3. Week 12.
I think we're gonna. Yeah. What the hell? I'll go with the win on that one.
Okay. So now we 8-3.
Yeah, because I say 11-6.
Right. We 8-3. Now We on the road 3 consecutive games.
Yeah, this is where it gets tricky.
Week 13.
Mm-hmm.
On the road, 8-3.
And who they're
Detroit.
Yeah, that's the Thanksgiving game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that could be a
Detroit-
problem. I don't see them
struggles
winning
on
that
Thanksgiving
game.
now, don't they?
So you got us as an L with that one, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we 8-4, week 14 at Arizona.
I think that can be a tricky game. I don't, I'm not
I'm worried about that
Yeah,
game. too.
getting into the hot weather again and all that. Yeah, I mean, I think Arizona could be pretty good this year.
Yeah.
So you got us with a loss.
Yeah.
All right, so we 8-5, week 15 at Minnesota.
We beat Minnesota both.
Yeah,
times.
I think that's a win.
All right, we 9-5, week 16 in Chicago.
Yeah, I think they're going to beat they'll beat the Lions here.
All right, that's 10-5, week 17.
Yeah, and I'll go with the win over Seattle.
All right, 11-5 in week 18.
Yeah, that's at Green Bay. I don't see them going into Lambeau.
All right, so that's 11-6.
11-6.
And if I'm wrong,
That's pretty accurate of what I chose too, and I actually picked them to lose to Arizona too. It's like a trap game for me.
yeah,
Can you put that back up one time, please? Put that back up one time. Because I want to bring something to light.
That Jacksonville, that New England game might be a trap game more so than that Arizona game.
I see New England being a trap game too.
I'm not worried about the New England game as much. And this is a game that you all, in my opinion, 2 of these games are being overlooked. That London trip is taxing on both teams normally, except Jacksonville for like the last 3 or 4 years have been on the road in London, taking that European trip. Keep that in consideration. And also a formidable defensive line and Trevor Lawrence. To come after the bye and have to go and play Jaden Daniels, of which we know is they're going to be put together. They're going to be rivals and number 1 versus number 2. And also they have a strong defensive line, of which our offensive line is not the best yet. We have to keep that in consideration, guys, while we're talking about.
Did we not beat the same defensive line last year with Montez on the other end of that goddamn defensive line?
And for some reason, they kept getting sacks. They just couldn't score. Remember, Eric Bieniemy started.
What makes you think our defense is not better to equip to actually stop their offense?
Listen. I didn't say our defense wasn't better, but if they're getting pressure on our quarterback, now we playing field position. Now we playing the field goal game. Now we playing. Let's hope the other team makes a mistake. And they're both rookie quarterbacks. That's what I'm saying. We got to keep all the orange and blue love. I'm here for it, but I'm also a realist. I'm
being real. Listen, I'm being real.
Yeah, I mean that's something that's been on my mind too. He's a rookie. Yeah, he's not going to be Patrick Mahomes. He's not overnight. He's not going to be Tom Brady overnight.
No. And I want to be very clear about this. I'm on record saying that Caleb ain't gonna be the savior and Superman doing all the wonderful shit that we need.
He doesn't need to right now.
He don't need to. We got enough veteran, talented leadership around him that's gonna be like, hey, you trust me to do the damn job. You don't got to do it. I'll do it. Give me the ball. I'll do the rest. Now, to JB's point, though, that Washington game, I think a couple of these games are going to end up coming down to a field goal because of, third down territory and where we are in terms of on the field.
Very true, David.
And how often we get the ball and who wins the turnover more.
Hey, now, wait a minute. Hold on, David.
No, he's not wrong on that, but we're also going to say.
Okay. Wait. Are we gonna play that game? Are we gonna play that game?
No, because who was the Steelers coach? That was the big thing of where I'm going with that as well.
Bill Cowher.
Yeah, Cowher.
Exactly.
Because I'm about to say, don't have me bring up Mark Sanchez and that defense bringing him to the damn AFC Championship game, and don't have me bring up Trent Dilfer.
And JB, listen, JB,
we don't know about Eberflus yet.
When it comes to coaching, Frank just said it right there. So my thing about the players or the games they played this season is not so much about the players. It's about the fucking coaches' adjustments, readjustments, and the adjustments to the goddamn other team's adjustments. If he hasn't learned shit from last year, then some of these games that we're supposed to win, we're going to fucking lose. And it's going to be because of him more so than it is about the players.
And we're going to see that if that maturation took place early on in the season because no, you saw what the schedule is. So he's
He
got
better not start off
adversity
like he did last year, JB. He better not.
But I'm saying he got adversity week 2.
Right.
Week 2, he's in the fire.
All right, hold on. Let me ask Dan something. Dan, what would you think will be the Bears' best formula as far as this season to get those 11 wins that you predicting that they can have? What would be their best formula this season?
I think it's a defense that was pretty damn good last year, and maintaining at least maintaining where they were last year. And then if you can get an offense that can average 21, 24 points a game, that I think that should be the trick. I mean, that should do it. I mean, it's not that that's the way I see them getting to 11 wins.
Mm-hmm.
That's well.
But you're just gonna have to tolerate bumps in the road here. You're gonna, Caleb is gonna have bad picks at some point. Yeah. And you're gonna, but I think that's the way. If I can see them getting to 11 wins, which I do, then that's where I would see it. Just keeping that defense good. Now, they still need some. I still think, as we were talking about earlier, they need some help on the defensive line. I mean, Montez Sweat was terrific last year, but I still think they need another, more help on the defensive line. That's that's one of my biggest concerns.
We definitely.
And then, in terms of the offense, and as we were talking about earlier, do these guys develop? And then, says Aaron Rodgers, does everybody stay healthy?
John Dornman.
Health is always the biggest risk factor, right?
Right.
But seeing as if we just consider everything as is without the injury, because we never know when the injury could or could not occur, right? So right now we have to rely on coaching, right? We have to look at Matt Eberflus as, we're not going to say, hey, we're giving you gold and he's going to turn it into platinum. We're looking at, dude, we're giving you bronze. Can you turn it into silver? Because he has not proven to be a good coach yet.
Absolutely.
That is a big part of this.
I mean, let's face it, they got better in the second half last year.
But no. Give Dan his prop. Like this is where JB turns into.
I think I still have enough.
They would have made the playoffs last year if you think about it. If Jalen Johnson doesn't drop that ball in Detroit, and granted it was a Hail Mary, if Darnell Mooney catches that pass in Cleveland, I mean, every team can say that.
Can I do you
one
better?
I agree with what David's saying right there too.
Okay. If that damn tight end caught the ball in Cleveland, we would have won that game too.
Damn all that.
And Jalen Johnson dropped that ball in Detroit too.
Damn all that.
Bayless Jones.
We're talking about straight coaching. Denver, you're up 28-3 or 28-6, whatever it was. And your offensive coordinator says, well, 28 is our watermark. We shouldn't have to score more than that.
And we shotgun on third down. On 3rd and 1, or 3rd and 2, or something.
Then you look at Cleveland. You let Joe Flacco, who's my age, throw for 200 and something yards in the fourth quarter and come back and beat your head in. Then you look at the
Detroit he did do that his whole time that he came back.
You look at Detroit, and we lost what was it, a 17 or 14?
Right. No, they lost a big. They coughed up a lead. Yeah, right. So.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. A lot of that goes to coaching. Dan, I will never forgive Matt Eberflus for putting the defensive tackle Justin Jones to guard David Njoku in crunch time.
That was stupid.
What the hell
that
is
was
that?
Damn stupid. That was so stupid.
No, and there were stupid calls last year. I mean, I'm not denying that, but okay, players get better, coaches get better too. I'm not saying he's Bill Belichick. I'm not saying he's Don Shula, or Jimmy Johnson here. I know I just made myself sound really dated. But
you didn't. I wish I had Jimmy Johnson right now.
Yeah, but hopefully he should learn from his mistakes that he made last year too. We'll see. I thought I was impressed overall last year with the progress they made. Now, granted, you're right. They spit up a couple of games that they should have won. That Detroit and Cleveland game. But hopefully he learns from that, and then they make adjustments. Going into this year.
And that's what we say.
I want to ask you.
But hold on real quick, Mr. Chicago. But there's two things to that. He has to also show, because he is the head man. So he's got to show that he can be a leader of men in that capacity as well. Not just Frank, this is for you. At what point as a head coach do you tell your offensive coordinator stop going screen left, screen right, screen left, screen right, screen left 17 times in one game? At what point did you grab your big boy pants and be like, dude, you don't know what the hell you're talking about? Let me get somebody that's in here that's going to make these calls right.
JP
so, yes,
coach is taking us down a miserable memory lane again.
I just got to give Dan the truth, because what has to happen is it's got to be a really, really fine line between the team, the players bail the coach out, or the coach actually did a job coaching. Because what people want to hang their hats on is how great the Bears defense played the last 5 or 6 games, but they also played a bunch of bums too until they played the Packers, and look what happened. Take shit into consideration.
All right, so check this out. Hold on, let me speak. Check this out. See, this is where me and you get into it, because you go into that bullshit ass rant about talking about, oh, he needs to improve, but when he does improve, you don't want to give him fucking credit for it.
I do give him
credit. No. You didn't give him credit for shit. You didn't. All you sat up there and was talking about, oh, how he needs to improve. You didn't say shit about how he improved in the second half. All you fucking sit up there and said was, no. All you sit up there and said was, basically said that the players fucking bailed him out, that he pretty much ain't do shit. Facts are that they improved in the second half. The only reason why he still has a job is because that defense improved. Whether they got Montez Sweat or not, and he helped do that shit, that's fine. But the team fucking improved. Give him his fucking props.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Don't sit up there and take it away from him.
I'm with you on that, Fal, but let me ask you a question. How much of that improvement? Let me ask you a question. How much of that improvement was too fucking late, though? Because we started the first 5 fucking weeks looking like shit, and any other goddamn organization would have fired his ass off the first 5 weeks alone. But
absolutely,
our stupid ass decided
Denver game alone was fireable.
I'm like, come on, man. There's no fucking way. Hell, the first time we played Minnesota was a fireable offense too, because hell, that got Justin hurt. But even still, we had no game plan for the goddamn blitzing that Brian Flores kept fucking doing the entire fucking game. And then they didn't even have Justin Jefferson out there, and we still fucking lost the game. Like, what the fuck, man? We had no business losing that game to Minnesota. I'm asking how much of that improvement in the second half of the season was too fucking late? Because there was Dan, I'm gonna ask you this question too, because I need to know from your perspective. How many games have you seen when it comes to the Bears where the Bears lost the game, the other fucking team didn't win the game? How many times have we gotten in our own way of actually preventing us from actually being the goddamn victors? No, that's a lie. I'm counting 5. I might count 6 if I think long enough. I might count 6, JB, if I think long enough. But Dan, from you, how many of these fucking games have you seen? Not even just last year, but just over the course of a period, let's just say 5 years. How many of these games have you seen where the Bears have gotten in their own fucking way from winning those games versus the other team actually beating us?
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry, I didn't quite. Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, how many games, from your perspective, how many games have you seen where the Bears lost the game, but the other team didn't win? The Bears just lost the fucking game.
We lost the games ourselves.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, okay. I mean, over 5 years, I mean, there were some of those games, the Nagy years. I mean,
that guy.
But no, I mean, you know, the the Denver game, excuse me, was a classic example, and then the Detroit game, in Detroit last year. Those are 2 of the classic examples. I'm sure there are several others, that I'm not thinking of. Again, for a franchise that's won 6 playoff games since 1986. So
Boy, listen, y'all know how to bring up miserable ass stats about this team. Y'all know how to pee in people's milkshakes, man.
And we did go to a Super Bowl one of those years, so that takes a huge chunk out of those playoff wins.
Oh man,
yeah.
But again, listen to what we're saying. Now we're talking about perspective and reality. My thing is this, and Fal, I'll say it again for the record. I'm giving Eberflus credit for getting a stud. Well, I give Ryan Poles credit first for grabbing a stud DN, which helped anchor the defense, which did make things a little bit easier for him to call because you got a dog on the other side finally. But one of the things, it may have been, but how much credit do you get for when you beating 3-10 teams and 2-14. Like, I give you no credit for beating the Carolina Panthers like that. You should have.
We barely won that
I
game.
can't.
Don't get me
JB,
started
I
on
cannot
that one
agree
too.
with you at
Well,
that.
no,
Because
listen to
a
me.
W is a
Listen to me.
W.
That's
I'm
just
saying
all W's ain't created equal now. That should
Hold on. Hey, hold on. Let him finish.
All
Let him
W's
finish.
are not created equal.
Go ahead. Let him finish. Finish, JB.
Right.
Go ahead, finish.
No, that's
All
the thing.
losses
Like I
ain't
said,
equal.
I give him credit because it starts. Hey, you play who you play, good or bad.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
when we beat the little systems of the poor 17-3,
but this is the thing. This is
37-3,
okay.
I got a problem.
Yeah, but you also have to remember, who the fuck are we? You act like we the fucking
Right.
Chiefs.
Yeah,
we were like
quit
that
acting like we the fucking Chiefs, like we world beaters and
I mean,
shit.
in the middle
Foul,
of what they wanted.
I agree with that point, Foul, but how
Hey.
many years have we had where we could
Can I
have
give
been
you
the
some?
fucking
Hey, can I
Chiefs?
clap?
though?
Give you a golf clap for that? Because
Yeah,
you're right. Because we was hot shit too.
Yeah, I mean,
We were.
shit,
That's a
we were.
mic drop.
well,
We were. It was just listen. It was just our day to win that game by a shitty ass score, and we were lucky enough to come out the damn field with a win. Like we didn't fucking do nothing that really stamped our fucking name on that goddamn win versus the team fucking up and we got a chance to fucking win the game. That was really it a lot of those times.
but I wanna ask Dan again, because see, Dan, one thing about you actually, like, we haven't had the privilege of getting out there yet to see this Bears team.
Right.
And to see our new shiny toy in Caleb Williams.
Right.
I wanted to ask you, since you've been out there, is his arm as good as they advertise? Like, I don't know how many, like, I don't know. Have you seen Justin Fields throw? You seen Eric Kramer, as we stated backstage, you seen him throw and things of that nature. You've seen other QBs throw. How strong is his arm?
I've seen Bears quarterback since Bob Avellini. Yeah, so yeah, go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah,
Fucking Bob Avellini. Shit.
Yeah, he died recently, so we shouldn't, but
Yeah. So how strong is his arm?
It looked very strong. Again, I didn't watch every minute of practice today because I was working on. My assignment with today was kind of talking with fans, and I was kind of so I didn't watch every minute. But yeah, it looked like he's got a cannon for an arm. Just judging what I saw out there today. So it should be good. But again, you can have a cannon for an arm. Doesn't mean that you're going to be a great quarterback. I mean, we've seen
that's true. I told his arm in the NFL and you do a goddamn thing with it. So yeah.
Jeff George had a cannon. Shoot.
Yeah.
Cutler had the strongest arm in the NFL and couldn't do shit.
Jay Cutler had a cannon, man. That just if you don't use it the right way.
Jay Cutler had a cannon, and but we also, he put up some big numbers, but we at the end of the day, what was that, 7 seasons, he won 1 playoff game.
We just because the thing is like I said, we haven't seen him live, so
So I mean, it looked very impressive. I don't want to get too much out of one practice, and again, one practice that I didn't watch every single play. But it looked from what I saw, it looked really impressive. Especially, I'm trying to remember. It was. He had a really, really solid long pass to DJ Moore fairly early on in the practice. I mean, that was the one that kind of you wound up saying, "Wow, that was one that you saw today."
So Dan, let me ask you this real quick: from the plays you have seen today or any other days you've been there, because I know they're still. Was today a full padded practice?
No, it was not. It was not full pads today.
Okay, so then with that being said, how hard was the defense actually playing?
It looked like they were, it looked like they were, giving it their all. I mean, it didn't look like they were loafing at all. As I was mentioning earlier, Brisker had a nice interception at one point today. So I do think, there were a couple of, I think Sanborn knocked down a ball at one point. So, it did look like they were trying, but, realistic, that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah. But see, the reason why I asked you that, Dan, is because, us being people that haven't been able to go out there to see, live Bears practices and other people that tune in on the podcast, all we go on is off of people that we listen to, beat writers and other people that are podcasters that actually been out there. And we know that Caleb has a lot of fans. So a lot of people will just conjure up some shit like, oh my God,
Right? No, he does, and it looked, it looked impressive. But then
Everyone games are doing that shit. Right? Y'all can sit up here and complain about it all y'all want to.
No, we're not doing it because we want to do it. We're actually making fun of it.
Right. But 2 days, I think it was two practices. I wasn't there, but I read about it. It was a really bad, sloppy practice with lots of penalties. So I'm not somebody who's just one of these Caleb who thinks he's God. I'm not. It's just you have to be realistic about this. He's he's probably gonna show. I'm thinking of Justin Fields, where he's probably going to be really tantalizing at times, but hopefully the result, more results will be there. But we have to be cautious about what to really expect in a rookie season. Yeah.
So Dan, real quick. So part of your job, as you said, was basically interacting with the fans, right? So what has been some of the most consistent things that you have been hearing from the fans by
Well, you did hear it. Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. I think like every 1 out of 4 people there was wearing a Caleb jersey. But no, people are excited. I mean, they were just saying this could be, one guy specifically was saying, this is the most I've been excited since Jay Cutler. And then he said, well, hindsight's 2020 too. But so
I wasn't excited about Cutler, man.
Yeah,
I was so excited. We're talking about when we first made that trade. We thought we had a quarterback.
I did think that, but I was I didn't think he was one of the best fucking ones. I thought he was a good acquire for us because he had a Pro Bowl year with Denver. But I'm like, okay, he gonna bring it over here to us, and boy, was I fucking wrong.
Right.
He was running for his life his first 3-4 years too.
I sensed a buzz up there. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
go ahead.
No, I sensed a buzz. People are excited, but you wouldn't expect people not to be excited. I mean, the number one somebody who, I mean, so it's a great tantalizing thing. I know I've been using the word tantalizing a lot. So you would expect people to be excited. I mean, it seems to me I did this 2 years ago, and people were really, really excited about Justin Fields, who, again, we all saw the flashes, but I hope he does well in Pittsburgh, but obviously the results weren't there. So I mean, you're expecting a little, but I did sense, because I got people telling me today, this is they're really excited, not just about Kemp, but there were some people talking about the offense itself. So
I gotta ask you this, Dan, before we move on. Hold on, Frank. I saw a Super Bowl where the best quarterback in the league struggled, but still had made some superb plays and lost because he had a terrible line in that Super Bowl, which is Patrick Mahomes going against the Buccaneers. How is this offensive line looking to you? And do you have any concerns? Because I know I do.
I do too.
I didn't see a lot, I wasn't concentrating a lot on that today, so I want to be honest. I mean, I think Darnell Wright was very impressive last year. Tevin Jenkins. Say what you will about Ryan Pace, but he made 3 terrific choices toward the end. With Jenkins being one of them. So
we love Jenkins. We just need him to stay healthy.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
We need him to stay at one position.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are a couple of, I can see your point. There are a couple of soft spots, so that, that's, you have to be concerned. You always have to be concerned about that. I mean, but I think it can be pretty solid. It's not going to be the Cowboys of the 90s, probably not, but they're going to be, I think they can be pretty solid.
Hey, Dan, I know. Go ahead, Frank. I know you had a question. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, before we let you go, Dan, I wanted to see or hear about that Eric Kramer story.
That's what I was just about to ask him about.
We all love Eric Kramer on this show. We've had him on a few times. He's always willing to come back, so we definitely want to hear this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've got a few. Like I said, I've been covering Lake Forest for going back to 1990. So I've got a few Bears stories. Well, one of my favorite is November of 1998, and you have to visualize that part of the area. But there, at the time, there was just this very standard housing complex. It's like a collection of nice upper middle class homes, if you can visualize, up on Waukegan Road. And at the time, it was in an unincorporated area. And that night, on election night of 1998, the people who lived in that complex were voting to be annexed into Greater Lake Bluff. So I needed, for deadline reasons, I decided just go into the complex, knock on a couple of random doors, see what people think of the idea. And I drive in, and from a distance, I can see, there's somebody home. I walk up, knock on the door, and guess who answers? Eric Kramer.
Eric Kramer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He had absolutely no idea what I was talking about. I mean, he could not have been friendlier about it. But I asked, and he had no idea what I was talking about. But he was very cordial about it. And so I go across the street, or I guess the street, and I say and I asked the person next door or across the street, and I said, "Do you know you live right across the street from Eric Kramer?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, and by the way, Scott Burrell, who we all remember was on the last of the Bulls teams and the Dynasty, he lived there before he did." So that's that was one. And I guess they were talking about it, at practice the next day, because I'd called a couple of friends reporters. You're not gonna believe what just happened to me, and I guess they were joking around with him about a practice the next day. So that's my Eric Kramer story, and I know he's had his struggles, but I'm glad he's doing well. I'm glad he comes on your show.
He is definitely a friend of the program, and we love Eric Kramer.
Yeah, man. And kudos to him too, because right now at this very moment, he still holds the record for the most yards thrown and the most touchdowns thrown in the season for us. So
right, yeah, no. If you remember, we were talking in 1995. He was terrific, but the defense was just terrible on that team.
God awful. And my very first Bears football game I ever went to, Eric Kramer was the starting quarterback, and we actually won. It was against Detroit. I want to say it was October of 98 or 99. I want to say it was 98. And I remember going to that game with my brother, and it was cold outside in October. Yeah. And we beat the hell out of Detroit in that game. So that's why I actually learned how to trash talk, because I heard other Bears fans trash talking to the Lions fans, and it was hilarious. And I was a teenager then. So that was a great experience that I got to enjoy, man.
Right. Yeah, it would have been 98 because that was his last year on the team. Yeah. So I should say,
remember when I brought up the touchdown drop by Michael Timpson.
Yeah.
He remembered.
Yeah, I did want to point out, and I'm not trying to kiss ass here, but one thing I was at practice, I should mention that George McCaskey was welcoming people. I mean, I did not expect to see that. He was standing on the sidelines, and at one point, this kind of an older woman, he was kind of not feeling well because of the heat, and she goes into the Walter Payton Center, which is their indoor practice facility next to the main practice. And he goes in and checks in on her, which was, and George McCaskey himself, which I thought was, and again, I'm not trying to kiss ass.
Walmart greeter. He should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Walmart greeter. He should definitely do that.
Yeah. He sure the fuck is.
Chicago Bears Walmart.
He ain't doing nothing else.
No real owner. He ain't no owner.
He ain't doing nothing else. Hell. So he might as well.
Hey Dan, we got a couple questions in the chat for you before we let you go. One of them is from Daniel. He said, "Who would you have leading the D in interceptions this year?"
Leading the league in interceptions?
No, leading the defense.
Oh, okay. I'll go with Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's gonna want to prove that that he earned that contract. So.
Okay. Also,
I just wish he had caught that damn ball. I'm still mad that he dropped that damn ball in Detroit last year. And at the end of the first half, they would have. Yeah, he had.
That was a perfect interception.
He dropped. He had that all. Yeah. He would have been a pick six, and
he's going to drop quite a few potential game fillers.
Yeah, he did.
Also, we got this one right here. Even though Caleb is a rookie, does he still look like a good QB? And is he the real deal based on what you've seen so far?
I'd say, yeah. I mean, we've seen the raw talent. We see something can be there, but he's still a rookie. It's
Agreed.
he's not going to be Patrick Mahomes in his prime. He's still a rookie. He's going to throw bad picks.
And
We're going to see dumb things. And we're going to see bad decisions. But yeah, all things being equal, I think he can be pretty damn good. Again, major. I want to be realistic about it. He's that's my viewpoint. We've seen number one draft choices not work out, but from everything I've seen, it looks like it can be. It can be something. But let's just be realistic about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Someone else said, can Tyler Scott take over wide receiver 3 if Keenan Allen walks after this year? Because chances are he will walk after this year because of especially after they just paid DJ Moore that amount of money.
Right. Yeah. No, good point. Yeah. Again, I'm not probably the best person to answer that. I'm gonna defer. I'm not around the team enough to give you a go. I don't want to give a bullshit answer. So.
Okay. Well, I got a question. Let's talk about what do you think about DJ Moore's new contract? You think he's deserving of that amount of money?
Yeah, I think he would. If that's what the market is going to go for, I mean, it's they want to get this over and done with. We all saw what he did last year. He was terrific last year. The trade, that he was part of that trade that's turned out to be a gold mine. So yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I maybe he was good in Carolina. So yeah, let's get it. You don't have to worry about it then, and so I have no problem with it.
Okay.
Am I the only one who looks at that and I think that he kind of gave a little bit of a discount because I think he could have gotten more compared to what we're seeing other receivers getting right now.
Yeah,
and I'm not 100% sure that Keenan Allen won't be back next year. Even looking at that contract,
Keenan Allen wanted a lot of money though, so
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, true, but obviously, I can see him coming back on a 2-year deal or maybe a 2-year, 3-year deal. But I'm not 100% certain that he will leave, especially given the success that he may have in this season with us. So he may not want to leave.
But at the same time, that success might make you want more money too.
It might.
Well, but here's the thing.
His age and injury will play a factor in that.
It's age for sure, but in my opinion, you don't draft Rome if you plan on extending Keenan long term. You just don't.
Yeah,
agreed. I agree with that 100%.
Right, yeah, you got.
And listen, if Rome, show up as one of the best goddamn receivers in his draft class, like we know he is, then absolutely, then Rome gonna be getting a lot more looks. That's for damn sure. Like I can see this Caleb and Rome connection growing into something.
I mean, I think you have to, right?
DJ out, but I can see that being a tandem right there. That
the dominant 1-2 punch.
Yeah, we definitely need.
I think you have to because all the top teams in the league right now have a solid 1-2 at some combination. Yeah. Be it
most of them have a solid 2 or 3.
That's what I'm saying. Either wide receiver combination, wide receiver tight end, wide receiver running back. Hell, San Francisco got 4 of them.
Or 2 wide receivers and a running back. You know what I mean? So again, you got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek, and then you got Mostert and
right. That's what I'm saying. So you got teams that have multiple. At least we got 2.
Yep. And then you got the Eagles.
At least we got a definite 2, too, so maybe 2 if possible.
Yeah.
Well,
Dan, I want to ask you this, Dan, before before I let you go. When you look at what's on the horizon, right, long term, just long term, playoffs being that's where we want to reach, right?
Right.
Let's just say if we don't make the playoffs, let's say we have a good season, 10-7, possibly even 11-6, but we don't make the playoffs. Do you feel Matt Eberflus keeps his job?
That's a good question. It depends on how they go 10. So I mean, if they just if they are bad, if there's just bad some bad where they just give games away, like they did. You were referring to the Detroit and the Cleveland game, and the Denver games last year. No, then I think they're going to make a change. If they, but if they looks like they are continuing to make progress. If they've gotten, from point, if you're saying they're at point A right now, they get to point B. I think they're going to, I think they'll keep them they'll give them one more shot. If the trajectories keep going up, if they fall back this year, I think
as a 4-year deal, he'd be a lame duck coach though in that year, right?
Right. Yeah. Right. So,
but this is a prove it year. Whether we want to believe this shit or not, this is a fucking prove it year for Evilflus. Yes, it is.
You got the team.
And that's where I was going to, because this is year 3 where he doesn't have year 4 to prove it. He got to prove it now.
Right. And in proving it, we have to improve and make the fucking playoffs. And Ryan Poles, who I do appreciate the work he's been doing, he'll be lying to us if he fucking said the goddamn goal wasn't making the playoffs this year. That's a fucking lie. Because you didn't do all this just to fucking be outside the goddamn playoffs watching everybody else play. You didn't make all these damn good acquisitions in the goddamn free agency and make these damn good draft picks just to fucking be outside the playoff realm. No, you didn't. I'm not buying that shit. We're making the fucking.
I think he went all in, but don't you think he built in an excuse?
I think he's tired of excuses now.
I'm saying
on the shitty end of the goddamn
he built himself an excuse.
Too long now.
Because here's the thing: as all is created equal, like Dan has alluded to multiple times, Caleb is still a rookie, so he has a built-in excuse as to what we can do next year if coaching isn't solid. Let's say it's Shane Waldron is doing his thing, defense is doing his thing, but we just not getting over the hump.
But that's what I'm saying, Jay.
Evilflus'
success is not just predicated on just Caleb Williams' success. The success of this team is not solely predicated on what this rookie quarterback is doing, because we're not asking him to do every damn thing without no help. He got more than enough fucking help to look forward to.
No, they could go 10-7. Oh, sorry, but they could. But if they're and they have a lot of injuries. There's not much you can do about that. So that's not the. So and it has to be, if it's 10-7, they don't make that. It's how you got to 10-7. So let's, and there's obviously no way we can know that, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of those injuries came early in the season because they didn't develop any goddamn chemistry or cadence with each other, with not having any reps in the damn preseason. Some of them were already hurt. And then obviously once the season rolled around, we were constantly moving people in rotation and trying to figure shit out. He was throwing spaghetti on the goddamn wall way too many damn times trying to see what the fuck gonna stick. And nothing was really sticking consistently.
Absolutely.
So my thing is, with coming into the season now, even with the Hall of Fame game on the way Thursday night, we already hearing that Caleb's not going to play in that game. But how important is it to you, or from your perspective, Dan, that some of these starters get some reps? Not in this Hall of Fame game, but in the games that we are playing.
I was up there and I heard him say that, and I texted a friend of mine. Goes, "Oh no, they need to play. They need." I don't think they need to play Thursday night, but I do think
not Thursday.
Them. Yeah,
but
I mean, I would like, in the other 3 games, I'd like to see him play, a half here, play a half in the other 3 games, just or maybe a quarter. I mean, just to get some, I do think that's important. Just to see,
They got to get the feel for the.
I think they need to play a lot. I mean, I understand you don't want to risk injury. I understand that, but you can't play this kid gloves. And I do think they need to be out there a little bit for these preseason games. I'd go for a quarter to a half each game. That would be fine by me. I go back to 2005 when they were too cautious with Rex Grossman when he had come back from the injury. You remember? And he comes back from the injury and late in the season, and then they have a game in January on New Year's Day in 2006 which I happened to cover, but at the old Metrodome, and they played Kyle Lorden, and then Grossman is rusty for the playoff game against Carolina.
There it is.
When
Steve Smith ate us up. He ate us alive.
Yeah, the Steve Smith game where he had like 212 yards, but Grossman was rusty in the first half, and so Lovie Smith and Ron Turner were too cautious. Again, I know it's not the perfect analogy, but I was thinking about that today. You gotta, you can be too cautious. I hate this.
And that's what
I hate this overcautious shit.
I do too. I really hate it too because it comes with the territory, man. If you always in fear of getting injured, then why the fuck are you even out here? Why are you even coaching?
Why are you playing? That's something. Hold on, fellas. That's something new. Now, the Hall of Fame game, traditionally, I don't remember many of the stars playing.
Yeah. I was talking about the other preseason game. I wasn't necessarily talking about this particular
game. I remember, and we can go back to the 90s. I remember Troy Aikman playing in the preseason games. I remember Warren Moon playing in the preseason games.
Hell, Mahomes played in the preseason game last year too.
It's fun. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly no. The starters would always play. I mean, but maybe a quarter or so.
Right, a quarter. But now all of a sudden they play like
one
series, and they'll hand the ball off, throw a screen pass. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I remember when they used to actually take it serious. I remember when John Elway say, "Hey, I need to get hit so I can prepare for the season."
That's how I always take shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't this kitten glove soft shit, man. I don't subscribe to that.
No. Me neither. And we need to also see like both the defensive line and offensive line developing some type of cadence, because last year this offensive line was out there fucking blocking the air. Like, okay, who the fuck do I block? Oh, I'm gonna block you. You on my team. What the fuck? Oh, my
Cody Whitehair blocking Braxton Jones.
I remember that one. Yep.
How are you over here blocking the air and then turn around blocking your teammate and your goddamn quarterback laying flat his ass? You idiot! Like, I can't see that again, man. I can't unsee that shit, but I bet not see that shit again.
That is true. Well, Dan, I mean, I know we got to let you go. So
yeah, and I do have to run. So hey guys, this has been a blast. I wasn't sure what to expect, so this has been a blast.
Yeah, it's like a barbershop talk on here, man. It's all fun and games.
Hey, come back, Dan, when you can, please.
Please, let me know, and I'll
let us know. Let us know where we can find you at. Let the people know where they can find you at.
My Twitter handle is at Dan Dorfman, DANDORFMAN. You can usually, if you go to the Chicago Tribune website, you can find a lot of my articles. My byline is Daniel I. Dorfman. I'll have my actually one of the reasons why I have to go is I've got transcribing my notes from today. I should have the story about what I saw or the practice talking to the fans today. That should be up tomorrow on the Tribune website at some point. So just Google, and you can always Google Daniel I. Dorfman. That's another way to find me.
Okay, thank you very much, Dan.
Thanks so much. Have a blast, guys.
Take care.
Okay, have a good day.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Daniel Dorfman.
All right. Before we get into more, do we want to?
He was checking it out. Yeah, but now it's time to pay some bills. Go ahead. Roll the producer. Hit it.
Yo, what you trying to be? King. Yeah, I said it. I'm trying to be king. You crazy. I'm real. King of what?
Okay, bow down. Let the trumpet sound. Roll out the red carpet. 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 Roll out the red carpet.
Right there.
I got a
Moore's
question, Val.
beer.
When did we get the new Moore's commercial?
I was just thinking that too. I haven't been on the last 2 weeks though, so I thought maybe
nice.
That's pretty
that was
dope.
awesome.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know because Al, I wasn't here for it. But yeah,
I was here and it wasn't on there.
indulge yourself into Moore's beer. I'm pretty sure the Cricket Commission is gonna tell us when we got this new Moore's commercial.
That's your boy. I got that on there for us earlier today. I got a few new things on there, so that's where that came from.
Very nice.
Right there. Ladies and gentlemen, our super producer, the Cricket Commish,
Yes, sir.
is our producer for the night. He's been our producer the last couple nights. Yes, make sure you go out there and get you some Moore's beer, as JB and Frank the Tank can contest. It is a great tasting beer. Also, remember to get you some In the Zone gear. You see Frank back there. He rocks his In the Zone gear with his In the Zone gear shirt. He also has the biking pants to go with
go with the flap ass leggings again.
So anyway, fellas, back to some Bears football, which is actually feels pretty good talking about some Bears football where we're not talking about same old tired ass.
Not them damn White Sox.
Yeah.
Not those anyway.
I don't even want to go into no baseball. Anyway, back to some Bears football.
Are you ready for some football?
Yes.
Yeah.
I desperately need it.
I missed that game.
I tell you.
Yeah. It feels good talking about Bears football. Also, you know, I just want, like, I don't know, are they having a practice here in Soldier Field this year? Like they normally do?
Oh, you took the friends and family night thing?
Friends and family,
Yeah. Yeah, I might.
You know what? I haven't heard anything about it, but we could maybe
true.
call Paul or some.
Well, you can go on the website. Go on the Bears website and see if they're actually doing that. Because
usually they advertise the shit out of it too, though, and I haven't seen it.
But doesn't that normally happen in late, like right before the kids go to school, right, Fal?
Usually, but
a little bit after they're in school. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, because I wanna get a chance to go in and see the shit for myself because you know. It's too many podcasts and too many writers that blow too much smoke up Kayla's ass because, you know, they think this guy right now is the next Messiah. And I'm not saying that he isn't, but I'm not saying that he is either. And I need to see for myself, like, I know that he's going to throw interceptions, you know, but these guys are like, oh, when he throws interceptions, like the best fucking interception in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like the fucking interception, man.
How do you even credit somebody?
Man, did you see the way he threw that pick?
That was a pretty interception he threw. That whip on that arm, man. Let me tell you.
Either way.
Yeah.
I will say this. And
that is easy. That's for sure. Easy would be talking like that.
I will say this, and I don't.
Pretty interception right there.
I don't want to give too much credit to the big boys, but Dan Orlovsky said something that was so profound about that, about just pumping your brakes, making sure that he understands the NFL game, making sure he learns the cadence of all things. Something that we think is just so easy, but it actually puts a lot of things in place, right? How important the cadence is. And the flash will come. The flash will come because that's just part of the game nowadays, right? But fundamental football, hitting your tight end, hitting the open man, hitting the check down, not always going for hunting the big play. Just playing football at a high level. Give this kid a chance to grow. Give this kid a chance to learn. And for God's sakes, would you give him a goddamn center? Because even Bates and Connor Williams ain't looking too good. And we already know because of Sam Mustipher, the center position is so important.
Yeah.
I am very concerned about what this line gonna look like because the uncertainties of Nate Davis ass, Connor Williams, to your point.
That tell you the truth, that between the Nate Davis
here, like
between
Nate Davis don't bother you, Fal?
Between Nate Davis and Braxton Jones being hurt is really fucking up the continuity of this team because Nate Davis pulling his Nate Davis shit. About tired of that fucking bastard. You know, he's sitting up there pulling that I'm hurt shit, which he's been pulling since he's got
I saw
he has a
something.
hangnail.
What's wrong with him? He got a
hangnail. He got a hangnail.
I thought it was a stub toe. I thought it was a stub toe.
Yeah. And then Larry Bond, because then the thing is that we always been saying about this offensive line. Even the last 3 to 4 years, we don't know how good this offensive line can be because there's been no continuity because none of these bitches can all be healthy at the same fucking time.
And a few of them hurt.
No.
That's it, Foul. Preach. That's it, Foul. Preach, brother. Preach.
I am going to say one thing about the Nate Davis thing about them making the right decision is they did not say we're going to move Jenkins over to the left. Thank you.
Well, he's already.
I'm glad that he said shit easy because I'm sick of this rotational shit. No, I need you to specialize in what the fuck you play. You play right guard, goddamn it, you're gonna play right guard. That's it. You ain't playing right tackle and left tackle and some center. No, we're not doing that shit up in here. We need bona fide, solidified fucking positional players in this most critical position. Because if Caleb out there getting his ass rocked left and right, I am concerned with to Samuel Blackwell's point. I'm concerned about the fumbling shit more than I am about his interception. I need him to protect that fucking ball. If he getting his ass rocked, I can't blame him all the time for fucking getting the goddamn ball knocked loose if they ain't fucking protecting him right. So this line better develop some kind of goddamn chemistry to where they know what the fuck the assignment is when it comes to protecting him, and even blocking for the goddamn running backs behind them too. So
the thing is this: no matter
do
what
you
he
really
does,
believe that though?
He's gonna get hit no matter what. It's just let's just hope
no, he'll get hit. But the fumbling shit is what I'm concerned about.
Yeah,
though.
let's just hope he protects the fucking ball.
Yeah,
he's got to
protect that goddamn ball, man, or throw that bitch out of bounds before you get hit. Something. I don't need listen. Interception I can live with more than a fumble. The fumble is like you have opportunities to not fumble. The interception could have been a motherfucker who you do the ball to. He tipped the goddamn pass to another goddamn to play on the opposite end, and it ended up being intercepted. That's not your fault. That's the goddamn receiver's fault.
So it's not. You're absolutely right. But let's go back to line play and reference to what I said about Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I'm letting you all know right now. Ryan Poles did not try to take a flyer on how you say his name? Kyron Amagaji, I believe, at left tackle. If he had, or Amagaji, how you say his name, had that much reverence and faith in Braxton Jones. You don't draft that kind of kid.
A lot of people didn't think that way. I thought that way. I thought that signing was just all right.
Keith Berry, stop, Keith. You my man, $50,000, but stop because Caleb has a problem getting sacked and fumbling the ball. So stop. And he holds the ball longer from college.
He don't throw a lot of picks.
The problem, the problem with Caleb Williams is he held on to that ball like Willie fucking Beeman did in any given Sunday. He held on to it like it's a freaking loaf of bread. All right, he does not protect that ball. When you're in the weakest defense in all of college football, like Caleb has been in USC, you're not getting hit the way that you are. The way he may not have fumbled, but if he holds on to the ball like that, he will fumble. There's no question about that.
And we know that there's a drastic difference between college football and the pros because in college you can do a lot of that free fall shit. The pros, these are veteran players out there on the goddamn field who've seen this shit before. You ain't getting away with a lot of that shit all the time. You may get a few little hits here and there.
Three things
you ain't doing all that free fall shit in the pros.
It's three things you have to be concerned about. No, he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions.
No, he don't. But the fumbling is an issue.
He fumbles,
he forces a lot of balls in though too,
and gets sacked a lot.
Yes.
Well, one thing that I am worried about is no, he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, but he's not gonna have the time like he did at USC.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So by sitting up there not throwing interceptions, a lot of them balls that he was throwing at the USC.
Right, because when he thought he saw
holding that ball like that window closes a lot faster in the NFL, which is going to lead to interceptions.
And I want to say this. We're not knocking on Caleb Williams to all our fans right now. This is a learning lesson.
This is merely observation, and based on what we have known, what we have seen from him in college, and what we have seen from his offensive line as it pertains to fucking them protecting whoever the fuck the quarterback is. Now, I want to say this too because I think it's important to this subject in regards to how he holds on to the fucking ball.
I know.
Listen. If he runs out of bounds and not get hit, then goddamn, he saved himself. We need that. But even to the point about
listen to
this offensive line, though, is who I'm concerned. I'm concerned with the inconsistency of their play. If he's not able to rely on them to protect them enough to get the ball down the fucking field, then he's going to be evaluated wrong by critics and by fans. They're going to be like, well, he seemed to hold the ball too long. No, the goddamn offensive line ain't giving him no time to fucking throw the ball. But I need him throwing that bitch out of bounds. He don't need the home run ball every fucking time. And he needs to not be looking for the home run fucking play every single time. Take what the defense gives you. And then, but even still, the defense he's going against in practice right now. So I don't know if this concerns you all. As it pertains to Sweat getting to him the way he did and Flus having to throw him out of practice because he almost hit him, that's alarming to me from his offensive line. That y'all can't even sit up here and protect him from his own goddamn teammate in practice. And Sweat is one of the best goddamn edge rushers in the damn league. But you couldn't even protect him from him. He's fucked. If Sweat can get to him, then you know fucking Myles Garrett can. You know Micah Parsons can. You know
the thing is Mr. Chicago, you going on, but you also, like I said up there and said, I know you concerned about this line, but the thing is about it's about availability. You're still without your starting left tackle. You're right. Your right guard, your starting right guard right now is not.
He better be ready. They better be ready. That's all I'm saying. I'm not. It's no.
The thing is, I mean, you can say they gotta be ready, but shit, if he ain't ready, shit, you gotta do what the fuck it is. You gotta do it. That means that you gotta sit up there and put a fucking tight end over there and help. Then that's what the fuck you gotta do.
That's why we got three of them on the roster.
For sure. I'm saying, but now we putting our faith in rotational fucking pieces of offensive linemen to fucking help.
It's not about. The thing is this. At the end of the day, you want to know that you got the best players out there to play in that position. That's what you finding out. That's what this is all about. Finding out which players are the best players to play at that position. When you find out when you got the motherfuckers, then you roll. Then you go. But you ain't gonna sit up there. If I know that Ryan Bates is my best center, but I didn't get a chance to find that out because I'm sitting up here starting Cole, what's his name, Shelton. And Shelton out here fucking up, and I'm like, God damn.
Shelton should never fucking. He should never even fucking been out there in the first fucking place. Like, come on, man. That's what I'm saying. The biggest question mark coming from this team is not the quarterback. It ain't the running back. It ain't the goddamn hell. It ain't even so much even the offensive play caller, Shane Waldron. It's question marks about him, but it ain't nowhere near as many question marks about the goddamn offensive line as it is about the offensive line. Has more question marks than any other spot on the goddamn team. Period. And
JB, please break down that one comment.
Second and third string is coming in to have to fucking step up and start.
Which one?
The one where you got completely ape shit when Keith posted. I saw your face on it.
So because he said before at 9:30, at 9:30. This okay. Well, he did say he has two All-Pro wide receivers and a 3-star tight end. True, and a running back. But prior to that,
before you even go, JB, I got this for you too.
Ding ding.
Love go ahead. Apollo Creed, rest in peace. One of my favorites.
Rest in peace.
Chief said he also had 2 7th-round wide receivers. Do we not remember during his Heisman campaign, he had Jordan Addison, who was a first-round pick?
And hell, Jerry Rice wasn't no fucking no slouch.
He was a 7th-round pick. He was 7th-round, but he wasn't no slouch, but he was a 7th-round pick. But my point is,
he should have been higher than that, though. But yeah.
But my point is, let's not make it seem like Caleb took a bunch of bums and just elevated. No, that's not what happened.
And I want to piggyback on that too.
Happening. Go ahead.
Piggyback on that. Those 2 7th-round picks were 5-star fucking recruits out of high school, guys.
Didn't he also play with Drake London too? When Drake London on one of them teams?
I thought Drake left because Drake is 2 years in the league.
Drake
now.
left the year he came in, I thought.
Well, I mean, but Caleb was with USC for 2 years, so it's last year.
Caleb only played 3 years.
Drake London was gone.
3 years.
Drake was
He
gone.
played 3
Caleb
years
only played
and
2
2 with USC, 1 with Oklahoma.
Correct.
And Drake was already gone.
Tim Tebow won a Heisman. I don't fucking care about a Heisman Trophy.
But that's my thing. Like when I tell Easy about propaganda, and I told him look up the Webster's dictionary definition of what it is. This is propaganda.
Yeah,
they'll tell you, oh, look what he did with 2 7th-round picks. No, look what he did with a 1st-round pick to the Vikings.
Yeah,
look what he did.
And Jordan Anderson looked like a
Justin
solid ass number 2 over there behind Justin Jefferson.
Joe Burrow. Bullshit. Yes, they did.
Jordan Anderson looked like a solid ass number 2 over there with Justin Jefferson as his goddamn.
And when Justin Jefferson went hurt, guess who we had trouble stopping?
Yeah,
Jordan Anderson.
He was wide the fuck open in the goddamn end zone at home against them goddamn bastards. We had no fucking business losing that game.
None at all. So that's what I'm saying. Like let's put things into true perspective, guys. Right? Now Keith, really, he won the Heisman.
You're just trying to flip it now.
Do you want to go to Bryce Young won the Heisman? I'll wait.
Tim Tebow won a Heisman.
Don't you fucking do that. Oh my God.
No, I don't give a shit about a fucking Heisman. There has been numerous.
The Heisman only matters in college. That shit don't matter in the pros.
No, there's been so many Heisman Trophy winners who did not succeed to shit in the NFL.
Wolf won the Heisman.
Didn't Ryan Leaf win the Heisman?
I'll wait.
Ryan Leaf was a runner-up. I don't think he actually.
He was runner-up, but I know he was the number 1 quarterback that year though,
and I'm pretty sure.
Goddamn thing.
I don't know. Like call all the Heisman, like Tommy Frazier, all them jokers, Ryan Leaf, all them. I'll wait because guess what? Guess what's not going to translate? That Heisman Trophy does not always.
It's not going to give you a Lombardi Trophy.
Listen, that Heisman ain't going to be Heisman in the fucking pros, man. It just won't, man.
I don't.
Congratulations, you are a great college player. It doesn't mean you're
as a rookie. You have to learn the system.
Agreed.
You have to learn the game. Then, even if you're a great player, if you don't have a line in front of you, you're not going to succeed.
Yeah.
That's just the facts, fellas.
You won't.
Okay, Keith, and I understand what you're saying. That does not mean that they were not great year 1 or year 2. We're saying how much of them were absolute bums their entire NFL career. It doesn't translate. I don't give a shit if you won the Heisman. A Heisman Trophy to me means you are a great college player. This is not college anymore.
Now, I will say the exception to the rule was Joe Burrow having a shitty ass offensive line, but he had weapons to throw to, and they ended up still going to the goddamn Super Bowl. So that did work for him. Yeah. But he had a great and competent play caller, and Zach Taylor is his fucking coach, and he had fucking Jamar Chase and Higgins and fucking Boyd and fucking Joe Mixon as his goddamn running back. He had hella weapons over there. Not to mention his goddamn tight end. Who's the tight end? What's the goddamn guy name? He was pretty good too. He's not over there anymore.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name though.
Was it Azuma or something like that?
TJ
Ozama. That's who it was. Yes.
And he ended up going to the Jets, right?
Yeah, and he's pretty good. So it's like he had weapons despite the inept ability his fucking offensive line produced out there for him, getting his ass knocked around because he got sacked 7 to 8 goddamn times in the AFC Championship game, but still won this shit. He said what?
He said that motherfucker's still getting hurt. Yeah, and they still trying to fix that whole line.
they are. I mean, it's improved.
And Keith, I love you, buddy, but you're jumping all over.
And also, Burrow is not that mobile like that. And he never had to be like a very mobile quarterback in his goddamn career because, when he was at LSU, he was balling the fuck out all these goddamn top prospect goddamn receivers and tight ends and shit that he had at his fucking
what the thing is, to your question, Mr. Chicago, it's like the age-old saying is, the best ability is availability. And it don't matter if you got 5 fucking straight all-pros on that offensive line. If them motherfuckers is hurt and they ain't playing, shit, your line ain't shit. I don't care how many all-pros they are. I don't give a fuck.
Why I said see Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Hall of Famers, it don't matter. If they not there to play or they got no type of continuity with each other, it don't matter how fucking good they supposed to be or how good they are.
It ain't gonna happen. Watch how Caleb Williams' face start to change within each week that fucking offensive line ain't showing up for him. He won't be smiling as much. We gonna start to see that Justin Fields face because Justin be like, well, we gotta get better. We just gotta go out there and execute our game plan, and we can't, we can't get stuck.
I'm so tired of that scripted bullshit. When he said, "I feel robotic," I was so happy and proud of that man. They were like, "Hey, you can't say that." And now he in Pittsburgh looking like what we thought he should have been here.
And then they hugged it out the next day in practice.
Yeah, I would have.
Then they hugged it out the
Fuck
next day in
this.
practice.
I'm throwing Luke Getsy, white privileged ass, under the damn bus, through a goddamn train, across the damn airport, to a goddamn private jet. I'm letting his ass. I ain't gonna let his ass off the hook. He getting blamed for all this shit. And now this bastard got.
Bobby, put him in the bench. Sonny, Eddie Mush is in there. He ain't gonna fit. I don't give a fuck. Put him in.
And all, man. Listen, I don't even understand for the life of me how
before
Luke
we
gets a fucking job.
Yeah, before we get off of Caleb Williams on here, I just want to say one thing as far as did Patrick Mahomes win a Heisman Trophy?
No, he didn't. He had some ball out games at Texas Tech, though.
He wasn't even in the running.
No, he wasn't in the running,
exactly.
but he had some pretty damn good games at Texas Tech, though.
Oh, you know what he did last year? He threw for 5,000 yards.
And he wasn't even nominated for a Heisman Trophy because he wasn't on that great of a football team.
No, he wasn't. He had some pretty good
team,
weapons, but that was it. Their defense was
good, but yeah. But I wanted to flip over a little bit to the defensive side and things now because Dexter looks fucking ripped. He looks ripped, fit, fast, strong, and he's taking reps as a defensive end right now as well. Yes, 3 technique, I understand, but he's also taking reps as a defensive end because we still need another pass rusher, and they're trying different.
I don't know.
I heard Cooper's doing pretty good.
I did hear Cooper is ahead of schedule. I heard he is definitely performing very well. They just don't. They think he's going to be more, depending on how he does in training camp and preseason and everything.
Who are you talking about? You talking about Booker?
Booker,
I said Cooper. I meant to say Booker. Right.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
I heard Booker was doing pretty good too. Now I have to ask this question because I've been reading up and a few things here and there, and I've been hearing about Post possibly making another potential trade before the season.
Michael Parsons ain't coming here.
I ain't saying Michael Parsons. No, I ain't. Listen, that's fucking unrealistic. Ain't no fucking way, Jerry. That goddamn stupid. He dumb, but he ain't stupid.
Yeah, to get rid of Micah so you can keep Dak. No, that would get your stadium torched.
No, he said Micah talked too much and he ain't gonna pay him.
He does.
But I am hearing that we are potentially looking to make a trade for somebody, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the defensive side of things, on that defensive line.
They were trying to trade for the Sweat that played for the Eagles. The other Sweat.
I would love that shit. I would love for us to have gone after Hassan Reddick before he went to the fucking Jets. But
I would not make a play for Judon from New England. I would not. He's too old.
Matthew Judon, it's no point.
Judon good, but he's older and obviously
he's older.
He's off a bad injury. So I have too many question marks about that.
He don't fit this scheme.
But he's a 3-4 guy, but I think he can still come in and actually contribute with Sweat. Listen, anybody can fucking contribute who's already been contributing in their career. If you got Montez Sweat on the opposite side of you, I think that still could fucking work. Now, I agree with you. We still bring back Yannick Ngakoue. I don't know, but I mean,
I wouldn't be against
you got to remember, you're talking about taking somebody in a 3-4 and putting his hand in the dirt full time in the 4-3. That's a whole different position. That's a whole different cat of worms right there. That's trying to put your hand in the dirt all the time as opposed to being that 3-4 edge rusher on either side. Yeah. The problem that I feel now y'all tell me, Billings, right? I think Billings played pretty. Billings played.
He's doing really good in camp too. From what nobody's doing bad.
He's okay. Pickens was okay.
We know we still got Pickens. Got to go to the one. Pickens got to be that one technique, right?
Yeah.
Who do we have left?
Walker and
Marcus Walker.
Yeah. Walker's there.
Walker right now is starting.
I was gonna say he got to be the starting right end, right?
Yeah.
He's the starting in right now.
Yeah.
He got to be. From what I'm hearing, he actually played. From what he was saying, he only played 75% last year. He was only 75% last year. He was actually suffering through injuries, and he
didn't
didn't say anything.
I can see Walker and Booker kind of rotating out. I can see them rotating in that spot because I think Booker would be a solid ass end on the opposite side of Montez,
but I don't want to take something from Dexter that's natural and then put him at a position
Dexter at the 3 tech. He shaved all that goddamn weight off for that fucking reason, man. And we need to see a lot from him. That's going to be a very huge focal point in this defense when it comes to the improvement of it in terms of what individual player. Because we know what everybody else is going to do. That secondary is fucking solidified. One of the best fucking secondaries in the goddamn league, hands down. But
I think Tyreek Stevens going to lead our team in interceptions. They're going to throw him a lot.
I think it's going to be Gordon. I think Gordon going to get several picks on these motherfuckers.
Gordon, love him. He's my boy, but I mean, he needs to be on the field more often. Like I don't like.
My concern.
He's only out of the field like 50% of the plays. I don't like that.
That's what I'm saying. That's the danger of running a 4-3 hybrid because you run a lot of.
I agree.
Yeah,
that's
the
danger.
And
he is in my eyes one of the best nickels in the game.
Yeah, if Gordon and Brisket Booker stay healthy, we own to something.
But see, that's why I sort of disagree with Samuel's comment. He put a comment up.
Show it, Foul, because he didn't say it a lot.
He said that while their O-line is incomplete, this is what got Pace in trouble, dumping all their resources in the defense, leaving the O-line helpless again. This is why the Bears are cursed.
That's a valid point. Now, my question to that, Foul, is what about Trent Williams, who hasn't gotten paid?
Let's let him finish, though, because I think I know where you're going with that, Foul.
The thing is this. He's not leaving the offensive line helpless. Like, why do people keep thinking that he's leaving a fucking offensive line helpless? He's not. No, he's not. He's getting the guy. He has no control over injuries.
But Foul.
He has
look at the scraps that he's getting.
No. Check this out. Hold on. If you look at it like this, He's got a left tackle that has potential. He's hurt right now. We went
had
out.
questions about Braxton before he got hurt, though.
Huh?
We had questions about Braxton on whether.
But But the thing is this: he still has potential. Nobody sit up there and said he was a bust. You still giving him a chance to groom himself to see what he can be.
I say he was a bust, but I don't know.
He just said he was not ready. Yeah.
He's just not elite.
He's not elite, but you're not gonna get fucking elite throughout the whole goddamn line. That's just a fucking fact. So you still got a goddamn left tackle that still has potential. You went out in a draft and you drafted another guy that can potentially be his replacement or at least push him. You have a left guard and Tevin Jenkins, that who you're hoping that can stay fucking goddamn healthy, that if he does stay healthy, has all pro potential. You went out in free agency and you went and got
uncertainties. It's so many question marks. There's so many uncertainties with these players.
So the thing is but the uncertain, but this the thing about it. This is why I keep sitting up there saying you went out and got Shelton, you went out and got Bates. You signed Nate Davis. You went and drafted what's his name? Right.
Darnell Wright.
So why everybody sitting up here? But the thing is this. While you're sitting up there talking about he hasn't addressed, that's what the fuck he's gonna did. He has nothing to do with fucking injuries. Let's be honest. This shit is all about continuity. If the motherfucker was healthy, we would find out what the fuck we got.
But the injuries ain't the only problem with the offensive line.
Injuries are the fucking main problem of what's going on.
Players in those positions
It's not the only problem.
Injuries ain't the main problem. How the fuck? All right, so tell me this. Hold on. If injuries ain't the main problem, if injuries ain't the fucking main problem, how many fucking games have our goddamn teams, offensive linemen played together? How many fucking games have they played together?
It was 6 or 7, right?
The last 6 games.
What?
It was 6 or 7 they played, right?
They ain't playing no fucking games starting together. 6 games? Starting together?
All of them, I think last year, 6 or 7 games.
The first month in the quarter, they didn't play together. But Foul, let me ask you a question.
They have not played no 6 fucking games starting
Foul,
together.
let me ask you a question about
I
this.
am looking it up.
What
right
about
now.
the goddamn game?
Please look that shit up, Frank.
We're seeing these offensive linemen out there not blocking any fucking body, but their own goddamn teammate. They ain't no fucking health. They ain't no goddamn injury. That's them being incompetent as fuck, not knowing what the fuck their assignments are.
The starting offensive linemen have not played no 6 games.
How you see a player and don't block him?
You know what they call that? They call it fucking continuity, motherfucker. That's what they call it.
That's incompetent is what it is.
They call it continuity. And it is incompetent. But what you expect when you got a fucking dumbass offensive coordinator? What the fuck you expect?
I'm agreeing with that point, but that's not absolving these.
But the thing is
being
this.
that goddamn field.
So tell me this, like I said earlier, if you had 3 fucking Pro Bowlers on there and none of them son of bitches was healthy, you still be talking about the fucking offensive line.
But also,
you still be talking about the fucking offensive line.
I got an answer. You ready?
Real quick though, the alternative to that, Foul, is you're scraping the bottom of the fucking barrel, getting players who other teams wouldn't fucking even look to go get. Anybody looking for no goddamn Connor Williams? Anybody looking for no goddamn Bates? Nobody's looking for them. No one was looking to even sign them. And we're just scraping the bottom of the barrel, hoping that we just feel some kind of temporary
So tell me this. Hold on. So tell me this. Would you rather have a fucking offensive lineman? Hold on. Because this is the thing. You're going to have to sacrifice somewhere. So, all right. So, fuck Keenan Allen, right? Let's get offensive line.
By the way, reread it a little bit better. You're close, though, but you're wrong.
Foul. You don't have to cut your nose off to spite your damn face. You can actually say,
where the fuck the money coming from?
Damn face.
Where the fucking money coming from?
We got money.
You act like these motherfuckers broke, like this shit cheap. This shit ain't fucking cheap.
We got money.
No,
I ain't saying sign no goddamn long-term deals with nobody. I'm saying
we don't have no fucking.
Listen. We wasted money on Nate Davis. Let's be real about that. Nate Davis is a fucking disappointment right now. He ain't done a goddamn thing. And Mike Vrabel, who's his goddamn former coach, fucking warned every fucking body about his goddamn attitude and his behavior and his goddamn dedication to the goddamn team and to the damn game. And look at the fuck we got now. He ain't doing a goddamn thing but claiming he hurt or claiming he don't feel like playing right now. And we just wasted fucking $30 million on this motherfucker.
But the thing about him is that he's a fucking talent. He's not a fucking bum. He's not a fucking bum.
What good is a guy? Listen.
And the thing
talent
was,
only get you through to the goddamn door.
The thing about it was,
your work ethic keeps you in the goddamn house.
He was one of the best goddamn right guards available at the time.
And I'm questioning that too because goddamn it, listen.
Look, no, he's right. He was one of the ones who's best available, and he went for the money. Here's the thing that I think that we're all missing.
What were you saying, Frank? Now,
all right, the answer to your answer, Samuel already blew it from you. It was 3. 3 games last year with the
No. It was more than 3.
I just looked it up as well, and Samuel looked it up as well. There was 3 straight games where they played together, where they had 3.
We talking about the whole straight. We talking about the whole season. They had at least 5 games where they all played.
I want to say it was 6. They had. That's just 3 straight. They definitely played.
No, they said 3 straight, and after that, they didn't have them healthy. 3 straight once, and after that, they didn't have them.
That's not true because I remember when Nate Davis came back and Tevin Jenkins went back to left guard.
But then Jenkins got hurt.
Jones was playing. That's not that. So that's not.
The thing is, we know these motherfuckers have been hurt. That's the thing about it. We would never know because they've been hurt.
This is where I'm gonna rotational pieces. Rotating players from right guard to left guard. God damn it, they ain't what the fuck he do. Use him for what he does best. Quit trying to switch him out and shit, trying to see what the fuck gonna work. It ain't gonna work because it hasn't been working.
Thank you, Keith.
Okay, that's fine. But listen, and this is the most important piece. If you know that Nate Davis is a question mark, be it through health or just wanting to play football, sometimes you have to eat that like I made a mistake no matter how good he is. But you know what you did find out during his absence? That Darnell Wright and Tevin Jenkins looked damn good together on that right side and was damn near impenetrable.
True.
So you take that
blind side, that left side is Caleb's blind side. He gonna get fucked up over there if Braxton.
But you say don't move the fucking pieces around.
You gotta let me finish. What
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Mr.
No, I know you're not. But what you have,
you
though,
can't move him around though. Braxton is supposed to be a left tackle. Goddamn, he needs to be a left
Chicago, you talking, but you're not listening. If you're really trying to make this thing work, and you know guard tackle right side, Jenkins right is a problem, and they're mauling people and protecting that side. You know what you need to do? Nate Davis, either get on board or we're going to ship you out. Ryan Bates, we know you can play left guard. Guess what you about to do? Play fucking left guard. Braxton Jones, you on a you tick because Kyron Amagaji, he coming. That's how you
he's coming hard.
This is what I'm saying.
When he gets healthy.
Stop. The problem is with Shelton and Williams. Yes, we got Connor off of an ACL tear, but we all know the problem with big men and ACLs.
They don't come back that often.
They don't come back that quick.
No. And Connor was no fucking. He ain't no goddamn body that's gonna fucking save us and come in and contribute to helping this goddamn offensive line.
You're still getting a lot of depth at offensive line to try to fix this, and that's what our GM has.
That's the problem.
I'm questioning the depth, though. I'm questioning that.
Yes, Pauls has addressed the offensive line. Had it been with 5 stars or whatever, maybe not. Had it been with quality, though, that's the question. Has it been with quality?
And I'm gonna say no.
Well, that's the thing.
I'm gonna say yes. It's just it hasn't been healthy. He can't do nothing about health.
So let me ask you a question then. So with Nate Davis, if we ship Nate Davis out, then what's the alternative here? What is the alternative for Nate Davis? Because at this fucking point, it sounded like it's a goddamn done deal that we're fucking done with him. So what's the alternative?
You have to play Ryan Bates at left guard. You have to.
Because I put it to you like this. Just check this out. Just imagine if he didn't go and sign Ryan Bates. What would you be then? What would you be then if he didn't sign Ryan Bates?
Well, listen, the other guy it's a few other free agents.
But he ain't doing it. He ain't addressing the fucking line.
There were a few other offensive linemen out there that we could have potentially looked at that we didn't consider.
No. But that don't mean they wanted to come here.
That not only that.
You miss 100% of the damn shots you don't take, JB. Listen, I'm not speaking for them. I'm saying at the very least we can at least fucking try.
Hey, you know something? You haven't been watching. Have you watched Hard Knocks?
I
watched Hard Knocks the other day. That shit when it comes down to that. Huh?
You talking about overtime or talking about this year so far?
Nah, they like on episode 4 now. They about to go on to episode 5 with the Giants. The thing about it is that like prime example. Okay, so prime example, right? Mike McGlinchey. Huh?
You talking about just this year or just in
general? Just this year. Yeah, just this year. So prime example. I think it was 2 years ago. I know the Bears they were definitely in talks. I think when they picked up Davis, they were in talks with trying to get, you know what I'm saying, solidify that offensive line.
From San Francisco, he went to Denver, right?
Did you see how much money they motherfuckers said they overpaid for that son of a bitch?
Yeah, they overpaid for him.
They got hurt. They didn't play.
Exactly. So that's what I'm sitting up there saying. Like Paul's like let's give the man his fucking due. It ain't like he ain't sitting up here trying to do the shit. It's not we want this player. Money has to play a part in it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
We can't sit up here and just be like, oh, okay, I want this motherfucker. Yeah. But this motherfucker, he goes $5 million over what he's really valued.
From Miami that was available, offensive lineman, I forgot the guy's name. And he was pretty good.
He didn't want to come here.
I don't know that to be true though. I'm saying, listen, at the very least, you listen, JB. You see, if you're in the club, you single. So if you're in the club and you see a badass chick, you want to holler at her. You ain't even sit up here and not talk to her because you think she's gonna turn you down. You don't even know she's gonna fucking turn you down now. If you got to get the gap, but that's the thing though.
Who said he didn't come after?
I may have pushed up on her and been like, "Hey, let me buy you a drink," and she said, "You got to buy me a drink and my 3 friends." You know what? I'm out.
Hey, I like this comment right here when we're saying that Poles isn't trying to fix this offensive line. I did hear about that on Hard Knocks as well. They were really trying.
That's not. No. Hold on. That's not true.
For not trying.
That right there. That's not true. That's not true. The thing about it on Hard Knocks was he didn't know that. He sit up there and said that the Bears made a call to come up there, but he was assuming that the Bears were coming up there for Alt. But if we go back and we look at Ryan Poles on drive day, the Bears were actually calling up to come up to get Rome. Remember? Because he kept sitting up there. He was nervous about Rome getting picked.
Right. Alt wasn't on that board.
Joe Alt was on that board. I think Joe Alt was still around.
I would have took Alt over Rome. I'm sorry.
I probably would have.
I probably would have taken Alt.
I probably
would have taken Alt. Alt was there for the taking. They didn't want him.
Yeah. So remember, he can't remember because what you call it talked him out of it because he wanted to move up. Remember, Poles wanted to move up because Poles was nervous.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
well, remember the Giants took Malik Neighbors. They took Malik Neighbors.
Yep.
Next pick was the Chargers, and that's where was it the Chargers or was it was the Chargers or the Titans, right? It was the Chargers.
Nah, it was the Titans. It was the Titans. Because the Chargers was, I think, number 5.
That's right. The Titans was like number 4, wasn't they? I think
they were like number 7. I think they were 7.
7, because Arizona was 4. Arizona took Marvin.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Arizona took Marvin.
Yeah.
And that left New York at number 6.
I mean, I was almost certain. I didn't even know we were going after Rome at the time. I'm hoping we go after Joe Alt, though. I'm like, he right there. We're there.
Yeah. I mean,
remember, we knew. We said on our draft show, on our draft special, that the only way they would get Alt and Marvin is if they kept Justin. That was the only way they was going to get the 2. You could have still drafted Caleb.
They would have to trade that number 1. Yeah.
And you could have traded back up to get Alt, and you would have still had Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, but you would have had Joe Alt as well.
Yeah.
You would have had Joe Alt as well. Rome is what tipped the scales for them.
Yeah, because they thought the Falcons were going to do it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Hey, this shit has been fun, but let's go ahead and get into some motherfucking shout outs, man. We get into this shit next week. Go ahead, Mr. Chicago. You go ahead. You kick it off.
Well, yeah, man. First and foremost, man, like always, thank y'all brothers, man, for having me on the show. Big shout out to Chicago Clubhouse Podcast, Chicago Clubhouse Network. Big shout out. Also,
I can't even hear you. That music's too loud.
I know. I will be in Chicago Labor Day weekend because obviously the best damn high school in the city of Chicago will be doing our alumni picnic. So I definitely will be there Labor Day weekend. Hang out.
Well, shit, hit us up while you here.
Most definitely.
So we're going to get right now, right?
Yes, sir. I'm letting y'all know that right now. I'll be there the whole weekend. And so, yeah, we can definitely chop it up and hang out somewhere. Again, shout out to y'all, man, for all the work that y'all doing. Shout out to the Bears. We're getting ready to finally, the NFL season is underway. And, you know, obviously I'm not putting a whole lot of stock into the Hall of Fame game, but it still will be refreshing to see some football be played. So, you know, it's more of about evaluating the second and third stringers more than anything else who can be reliable for a short term, you know, success that we could have with them whenever their numbers are called. But it just, again, it's fun to see some damn football now underway, getting back to the season. I'm trying to sit here and narrow down what games I'll be able to go to this upcoming season. It might be a home game, or it might be that Texans game down there in Houston. That's going to be a live-ass game to go to. But
I will be there.
Okay. All right. I might end up then doing that then since you're going to be there. But
yeah, I will be there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to
Wait, but you going to be there. Where's my invite?
Huh?
Hey, listen, you can meet us. Yeah, okay, you know, matter of fact, let's do that.
JV, you and me.
We can go ahead off camera and decide what games we're gonna go to or what game we can all meet up at and actually be at that damn game. Man. I'm thinking about the Houston game too because I got some family down there in Houston anyway, so that might be the mood in, Val. JB, if you want to do that, let's do that, man. We can definitely discuss that. But yeah, man. Again, shout out to y'all, man. As always, Chicago against the world, man. That's my number one hashtag that I use every goddamn day. Chicago everything, man. No matter what. So again, man, let's keep doing the great work we're doing and watch this season underway.
Yeah. For sure. Frank.
Shout out to all you guys, man. Always look forward to Tuesday night. Sorry I was MIA the last 2 Tuesdays. I don't think I've ever missed 2 Tuesdays in a row. Family got to go to Nashville, and I got to keep my ass home. So, yeah, I know, JV. It was all good. I got 2 17-year-old dogs who are highly medicated, so I had to stay home and take care of the dogs.
Easy.
Other than that, hey, shout out, Bears football, man. Fuck, I'm so happy football's back. I know it's just practice and training camp is back, but that doesn't matter. That's still something for us to talk about. It's been so quiet on our shows the last few months. Nothing going on in Chicago, so it's always happy to have that on. Other than that, I got nothing else. Get it, go.
JB, it's on you.
Well, you already know what I gotta do.
Right, exactly.
You do it for a good cause, though.
Shout out to you guys, always Voltron. I feel like Voltron ain't been forming the last couple of weeks. I'm glad, we back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we missing T. Go figure.
Yeah, we're like the Bears' offensive line. We're never healthy.
Exactly. What in the last
he gonna hate that comment. He gonna
in the last 3 months we've only been on the show 3 times together?
Maybe
that, but yeah, that's true. That's funny.
But shout out to you fellas. My Tuesdays are always important to me. I'm gonna jump right into the chat. Jeremy Bowman, Crooked the Miss, C Jack came out real strong. My brother Keith Sperry. I talk to Keith all the time offline. Me and Keith locked in. He's one of our P1s, one of our day ones. Love talking to Keith, even if we don't agree. Keith is very, very passionate about Bears, everything. Love talking to Keith. Jeanette Johnson, one of our P1s. Love you, lady. Thank you for chiming in. Daniel Kalin, thank you for chiming in. Daniel, hadn't seen you in a while. C. Jack, thank you for chiming in. We appreciate it. David Augustine came back tonight. Thank you, David. Haven't seen you in a while as well. And they had a lot of banter, which is how I know that the conversation was going very, very well. John Dorn. I don't know if John Dorn is new.
I know John. I know John. He's a Packer fan. He's a shithead. He definitely loves
it. Hold on. Regardless of his affiliation, he took the time to chime in and be on the show.
Yeah. Most definitely.
We appreciate you. Yeah. And Daniel welcome back, Daniel. Daniel came in with that top 5 crazy ace out there in North or South Korea. I thought it was North Korea, right? Serving our country. Thank you, Crazy, for chiming in.
Yes, sir.
Lorenzo Clemens, our Big Ten referee down there in New Orleans in the boot. Das Boot checking in. Family down there. Samuel F. Blackwell, affectionately known as Black Sam. Thank you for chiming in. We love to see that. And we also have all the same guys chiming in. We had a lot of banner, y'all. A lot of back and forth.
It's entertainment, baby.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Another quick shout out. Shout out to EA Sports, man, because I've been playing that motherfucking college football game like crazy. The 2 things I hate about the damn game, because I love the fucking game. The 2 things I hate about that damn game is this goddamn kicking setup shit. This shit is pissing me off. And the fact that these bastards break all these goddamn tackles, and I know I'm not goddamn helmets dudes. These bastards breaking through and still making runs for it. This shit is pissing me off, man. But damn, I love this damn game, though. It's addictive as hell, though. Hey, I just beat USC ass.
While you get ready
to with Michigan. You beat the dog shit out of these goddamn the damn team. Let them know you ain't ready for the goddamn big leagues. Take y'all ass back to the goddamn WAC 12, man. You don't belong no goddamn Big Ten.
You're right. But while you're doing that, I'm going to say a big finger to Madden for giving DJ Moore 89.
Hell yeah. Hey, Keenan Allen, too. The fuck wrong with y'all? That's a 91-92.
Keenan got a 90, but DJ got an 89. I don't know what's going on.
He had 1,400 yards last year. How the fuck he get an 89? That's the stupidest shit I ever heard.
What? 8, 9 touchdowns, right? They just
Bears players.
Yeah. He should have been 92. Keenan Allen should have been 91. God damn it. The hell?
Somewhere around there. But shout out to Randy B. My big brother Curtis Clay chimed in. Appreciate that. Let's see. That's about it that I can see for the new post. Oh, Easy. Hey, shout out to Easy. Hey, moment of silence real quick, y'all. Gotta do this. My brother Easy reached out. Had a little tragedy in the family. Love and prayers go out to that brother. We can't wait for you to get back on the show, Easy. We're always here for you. It doesn't have to be on this platform. You can always email, text, call, or reach out in the chat. Shout out, love and blessings and prayers to you, Easy, and your family for your loss, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, as always, we're my brothers, and we're gonna take care of our own if nobody else does. For sure, we'll do that.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, shout out to, if we only got one person watching, we know it's the podcast mom, most affectionately known as Miss Sandra Bonham Holmes. Thank you, Mama. Love you. Thank you for chiming in. And that's all I got.
The moms.
The mom.
The moms.
The moms.
Hey, Val, I think you went to go see the movie too. So I saw the movie as well. That movie is fucking hilarious.
I ain't seen it yet. God.
I ain't saying nothing.
I don't expect it to not be hilarious.
It was everything, though.
Ryan Reynolds is the funniest.
Oh, you can talk about it because hell, I'd have damn near seen it with all the YouTube stuff I'd have watched.
She is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Something wrong with that dude, man. Ryan Reynolds. I bet you just kicking it with him. He just don't have no ass laughing.
Let's not forget, Green Lantern almost destroyed his career until this fucking movie came about. It was the perfect role for him.
Well,
Free Guy kind of brought him back. Wolverine Origins did some damage too. Goddamn.
Yeah,
it did. But hey, Deadpool and Free Guy brought him back. Hey, Foul, shout out to Sea Smoke.
Right. Shout out to Sea Smoke. And Vermithor.
And Vermithor. we get it.
So,
we get it.
First of all, I want to send a shout out to our special guest, Daniel Dorfman, for coming on today. You can catch him. He's a writer for the Chicago Tribune. He was covering the Bears today. He was our special guest. Shout out to him. Shout out to my four brothers on here, Frank the Tank, JB, Mr. Chicago. Shout out to our mad producer in the back, Crooked Commish. Shout out to T. Nick, who ass wasn't here this week. Shout out to our brother and prayers to Easy on the loss of your family member. Our deepest sincere condolences to you, my brother. If you need anything, reach out to us, bro. Real talk. Shout out to the chat. The chat was lit tonight. Thank you all for commenting. And remember to like and subscribe to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You can find the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. Remember to like and subscribe. Also, hey, tune into the Chicago Clubhouse Network. You know, we got the Crooked Commission's Fantasy Draft on Mondays. You know, you got the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast on Tuesdays. She said what she said, damn it, on Wednesdays. I don't know what the fuck come on Thursdays, but I'm pretty sure it's something. We got Plunk on here.
Well,
we got,
it was Plunk.
Bullspit.
It was Plunk and Bullspit. Yeah.
Yeah. We got Plunk, Bullspit. I'm pretty sure Bullspit ain't on because the fucking Bulls is done. Basketball season is over with.
Baseball's done too.
Yeah, baseball, yeah. Shit, that
hey,
that
Kyle
shit
said,
done
do not talk
game
about
30.
the Sox. Don't talk about the Sox. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Wait,
hey,
shout
he
out
traded
to
a lot of people though, so I'm
right.
Listen,
Shout out to our sponsors.
We talking about the Sox like we don't talk about Bruno, goddammit. So
yeah, we don't talk about Bruno. No.
Exactly.
God, I hate that fucking movie.
I like that sound.
Yeah, that's all.
My kids watched it too much. It was just one of those movies that just got played out and bugged the hell out of me, man.
I feel you.
Well, shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to Hugh. Shout out to Moore's Beer. Shout out to In the Zone. Shout out to Vision.
But you gotta have vision.
Shout out to Signature. I think that's rest of our fucking sponsors that we got. Like I said, once again, shout out to the chat. Shout out to my man Grogu here. You know, he's been missing in action. We ain't really been on like that.
That's coming up soon, is it not?
Huh?
I said that's coming up soon, is it not?
Oh yeah, the Mandalorian will be coming up soon, but you can catch seasons 1, 2, and 3 because I think season 4 coming out real soon. Yeah, you can catch him on there. Yeah, so also remember to watch the Arc-Light. That was a good series as well. Hey, take y'all ass to the movies and check out my man Deadpool and Wolverine. That shit was fucking hilarious. Actually, it was the best one to me. That's just me personally.
Real talk.
Out of the 3, this is the best one? Out of the 3, this is the best one?
Yeah. I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah, I said that was the best one. Yeah.
I've been slacking, man. Working. I ain't seen it yet.
Yeah. Check out House of Dragons too while you at it. You know what I'm saying? A little sea smoke, a little Vermithor. You know what I'm saying?
That's what that was from.
It's
kind of familiar.
Yeah. No Vega. Flee Vega. Turn that big son of a bitch around. Anyway, shout out to our Olympians over there in Paris. Represent. Right now, we got the most medals, but we don't have the most fucking gold. I'm actually looking forward to the track and field. I want to see what Sha'Carri, Gabby Thomas, Noah Lyles, and them guys are gonna do. Looking forward to seeing what they how they gonna represent the USA. Are they gonna bring home the gold, or is Team Jamaica gonna do it? Looking forward to that as well. So shout out to all the Olympians.
Real quick. A rare shout out to Chase Budinger, who used to play in the NBA. He is now in the Olympics as a beach volleyball player.
Wow.
And they're going for gold.
Arizona?
Y'all remember Chase Budinger, right?
Oh, shit. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. That's a fucking
played
a hell of a
7 years in the NBA. Now his 6'7" ass is like, yes. And they pretty damn good.
And they just beat France. It takes a lot of endurance. It takes a lot of endurance and stamina to even be playing beach volleyball. So that's a hell of a transition for him to make from the NBA to that. Like that's
matter of fact, shout out to our girl and new Bears fan.
Simone Biles.
The greatest gymnast ever.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Simone Biles,
He is
baby.
the fucking GOAT, Joe.
Represent.
There's already who was it? I think like a Russian woman was saying it's
The
like they
greatest
need to, like,
woman of all time.
Yeah, there's already like Russians coming out saying they need to switch up the rules or something for gymnastics. Simone is just destroying.
Hey, what he say on Biker Boys? He doing flips. They can't even name them.
She had a pulled calf muscle or something, a strained calf muscle. She's doing that. Pull it up.
And she pulled off the triple shit. I was like, she is incredible.
Right. So
I was watching that with my daughter. I'm like, listen, you can do that. You practice like her.
Exactly.
You gotta be in the goddamn gym practicing.
Those are the people you idolize.
All this shit, man. You gotta be practicing though.
That's right. Exactly. Shout out to my kiddies. They doing their thing.
School hasn't started.
Loud, eating up all my fucking food.
My kids start school Thursday. This is crazy.
Thursday.
Yeah,
that's early. Damn, I still got a couple more weeks.
Yeah. My daughter go back.
Wait, what y'all get out in May?
Yeah.
They get out of May. Yeah, they going back.
I still got a couple more weeks for mine.
And they get a whole lot of breaks too. So I mean, more breaks than we fucking got when we were kids. So I don't know.
Yeah, shout out to my fiance with her pregnant ass. Carry my boy. Carry my boy. My legacy.
Yeah.
My heir. Shout out to her. And,
finally.
Yeah. Well, because this was it, goddamn. This was the last one. Oh, also I'm coming out with a book. It's called Two Pumps in a Swirl. How to Make a Boy. It's supposed to be a New York bestseller.
Okay. We'll talk offline. This is new to me.
I'm just bullshitting.
You played that off pretty well, though. I was like, what the fuck?
The title was intriguing. I was like,
it's supposed to be a knee slap. I guess it wasn't that funny.
I thought maybe it was like a pop-up coloring book or something.
Yeah,
No, it was intriguing.
It sounded like an instruction manual.
It was intriguing.
Yeah, it was intriguing.
Yeah, Tupac Squirrel, How to Make a Boy.
I was like, oh, no shit.
If I ain't already had one, I'll be like, all right, man, send me a copy of that, man.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's definitely a rated R fucking novel.
Yeah.
But
it's like one of the books that don't get canceled. It won't be in the libraries. That's what the fuck it sounds.
Nah, it won't. You ain't gonna catch that shit.
It's like behind the apron at the video stores.
They definitely gonna ban that book, man. They gonna ban that book in all the southern states.
Hey, they gonna burn that shit. That's gonna be one of the ones they burn. Anyway, for Frank the Tank, JB, Mr. Chicago, I'm 5 Mile C, for my man Grogu, for our boy the Crooked Commish, Easy, T-Nick, and with Deadpool and Wolverine, guess what, people? We out.
Chicago against the world.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
Bear down, baby.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
Bad.
Bad.
What the fuck?
It's a quick one.
God damn it.
But of all that, we can't miss the day.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.
Paris. Good night, Perry.
We're still alive.
Still alive.
We're still alive.
We're still alive.
I'm still here.
I'm here.